Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of The Darkest Hour. Tonight is episode 42, and we have SoBadStrange on. This has been a long time coming, so it's good to finally have him on. Let's go say hi to the boys. What up, boys?
Hello.
Hello.
Shalom.
Shalom. So bad. It's been a long time coming. Here you are. There was so many fucking people in front of you, and finally you were right there in December, and we bumped you up 1 week because the other guy canceled. So, well, we're pushing him back. So you swapped with someone.
Loss.
Well, he'll be on later, but yeah.
Exactly.
But yeah, his loss. Yeah. But no, it's
We're gonna blackball him. All Dark and Darker podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, he'll be on eventually.
Not playing.
I mean, if you get banned from the Darkest Hour, you get banned from Hold the Line. So.
Oh, okay.
I like that. Banned from
It's an
one
exclusive
casino,
club.
or you're banned from the one across the street. Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Got a
who do we
mafia
not
going,
like?
dude.
We gotta selectively just pick one guy we don't like.
Man, that Repos guy, he's quite the villain.
Ritos can come on.
Yeah, Ritos. Yeah, Ritos
I
can
don't
come
know.
on. Yeah.
That Poshy Pop, though.
Don't get me started. No.
He stirred up all that trouble all that time ago.
Let's not
I
go there.
got my key. You guys didn't get yours.
Did you play Dark yet? Were you in there yet? No? Okay. That's what I thought.
Julian is allowed in the podcast, right, guys?
I can't wait for that episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be a good one. Anyway, we had you on with the Hold the Line guys, and we're going to have you guys on again soon, actually, which is awesome. But we had to get that solo So Bad episode in.
Ah, my pleasure. It's good to be here, and it's nice to finally talk to Donnie.
I
listening to your
know.
guys' podcast, so it's nice to finally interact.
Yeah.
I'll let you boys introduce yourselves, please. Go.
Wait, hello, Donnie.
Oh, hi. Hey, how's it going, dude?
Hey, hello.
Yeah. How'd your day go? You know, this isn't weird. You know, it's just...
All right, quit flirting, ladies. All right. Anyway. Can I just say, Barbarian is back, bitch. It's back.
Barbarian is back like a wrecking ball.
I'm loving it.
Meatballed.
It feels
I
so
enjoyed
good.
The week we had with no Barb meta.
It was
The
interesting.
one singular week of history.
Yeah, I
Lack
know.
of W key.
What about that Francisca axe breaking the door down? Is that intentional? What's going on there? That's free.
Wait,
load, right?
what?
Like
What?
I did.
You can do that?
Yeah, and then
Mhm.
you can grab it as you run through the door. So you got perpetual Francisca. So you're breaking boxes,
Ooh.
you're breaking chests, you're breaking doors. You can't get away from them anymore. It's impossible.
It's not even a.
That's
it's
not
even
good.
a perk.
Oh,
It's the
you gotta have
crush
the
burger.
crush. Yeah, it's
Oh, you
the
gotta have the
crush
crush
burg.
burger. Okay.
But you just throw a little Franny, break the door. You're on top of them. You Achilles, you rage. It's over. I just died back-to-back rounds with pretty juicer kits and 2 mystical gems. So I'm feeling the pain at the moment.
Damn.
Ouch. Yeah, I didn't realize that was a thing. I never run Crush because it's nice to be able to loot quicker and get through doors faster, but I'd rather have full-on juicy perks that allow me to PvP more. So I never run it, but
Yeah, but they're getting
that's
away.
crazy.
Yeah.
Can
get
we
away.
just admit that there's just too many throwable weapons in general, and that it just kind of fucks with the game a bit? Because I just played a Ruins with Donnie and Norm Ruins, and I killed a poor wizard with Francisca axes. I just ran up and threw a couple, and the boy folded over like it was nothing. Two hits.
Maybe it's too easy to get them. Because I like people having options, but maybe you can just get too many of them. Is the problem?
Yeah.
So you didn't like the Barb meta where they bring 40 Francesca axes?
Yeah, I don't think that's good. But I think they should have an option, right? I think most classes should have like a mild range option, but like
Yeah.
maybe you can just get your hands on too many.
Yeah. It's hard to limit them though, because if they get an early engagement and then they don't have them later, you kind of just killed their class. Especially Barbarian, because it only has Franciscas. After that, it's just melee.
Exactly.
I have
Yeah.
no sympathy for
Yeah.
Barb players. Let them
I don't
die.
either.
Yeah.
Who do you have sympathy for?
Oh God.
Warlocks.
Oh, I think everyone has a little. Well, they're
Yeah.
pretty good right now,
They're
though.
pretty
seen
strong
Warlock
right
and
now.
Ranger.
They're pretty
yeah.
strong right now. I used to have
They're
sympathy
pretty
for them.
strong.
Not anymore. What have you been maining, so bud?
I tried to main last wipe. I mained Ranger and I ended up getting world rank 2. I pushed hard. I tracked all my stats, did the thing. So I thought this wipe, you know what? I'm gonna play Ranger, but I hadn't realized how badly they were affected by the stat split. I'm playing. This is in solos, so I don't have a ton of balancing really opinions about duos or trios at the moment. But I've been playing Ranger and I get absolutely decimated if they get anywhere near me. I got like 95 health and I run at 96% movement speed. There used to be a time 110%, 150 health. I was putting out Dammy. I could hit him in the legs. But last night I fought a PDR fighter. Actually went back, hit the replay button, counted it out. 5 arrows and 6 spear hits, and he still had 40% health and killed me. I couldn't believe it. This is all purples. All
Did he second
statted
win?
on rolled purples. Yeah, he's second winded though.
Ah, okay.
But I don't know what I could have done different. But yeah, I've been playing Ranger. I've been enjoying it. I just started the climb yesterday for leaderboarding. I bought 10 mystical gems and 2 full regular interaction speed sets. So I had 175% interaction speed. I mean, I could open that door just by looking at it. But it doesn't do too much for combat. So I was playing a little swarm rat, swarm miner, going for the mystical gem vault. It was a good time, but it's hard now. They made the goblin map only 1 in 3rd chance to get the mystical gem vault.
Yeah.
So alas,
damn.
yeah, I ran like 15 games in a row and I didn't get that map. So at that point, I'm just carrying that gem around, praying.
Well, I mean, sometimes it's fun to put the PvP shit down and quit trying to boss run and just kind of rat. Sometimes it's kind of fun. Sometimes you just got to pickpocket a little bit. Sometimes you got to go mining. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just get your shit kicked in. You're like, I don't
Yeah.
want to play fair anymore. Like, I don't want to be a nice guy anymore. Fuck this.
Yeah, exactly. Well, for anyone that doesn't know, SoBad here is an ex-Air Force guy like myself. Hell yeah, buddy. And now you're a full-time content creator. You are a mainstay at this point in the Dark and Darker community. You're always fucking live. I can't remember the last time you were offline.
Yeah.
What
so
the fuck? How are you always on?
I take micro vacations instead of days off. I like mid wipe. I take 4 to 7 days off. So I went to Hawaii 2 weeks ago, and I'm going to Hawaii in 2 days.
Oh
Fuck
shit.
me.
And yeah, and the
Are
rest
you
of the time,
a single guy?
Yeah, I'm a single guy.
Okay, so you're just gonna take your sub money and hit up fucking Honolulu and drink a Mai Tai and get on Grindr and see what you can do.
God, it sounds awful. I'm in.
Love it.
Exactly. Yeah, going out to Oahu, just gonna hike and surf and hit up the
Nice.
North Shore.
Fuck yeah, man. The North Shore is amazing. You're gonna have a blast. I mean, you already know. Yeah, Hawaii's great. Well, yeah,
It looks
you
good on Google Images.
you should go, Jay. It's fucking
You should
awesome.
go, Jay.
Fuck no, I heard it was like 5K just to go there and back and do whatever.
Where do you live?
I'm
Honestly,
good.
flights are crazy cheap. It's only
No.
300 from there to Cali.
You're in Washington. You could just drive to Seattle, jump.
Wait,
That's an
300
easy.
bucks round
Yeah,
trip
300
to
right now,
Hawaii?
round trip.
Yeah, dude. You could stay at an Airbnb or like a fucking hostel. You could do a whole trip, food, booze for several days for $1,000.
Yeah, it's probably the same price as Seattle. Obviously, San Diego is hyper expensive, so going anywhere is cheaper.
Yeah. No, you could definitely ball it a little
You
bit.
can make it.
Yeah.
Get one of your subs to hook you up,
Might
Jay.
Go with
Dude,
Plebor.
live
Have him
beach.
film and do
Yeah,
like
any
a.
Oilers
Yeah.
with like a Hawaii beach house, that, got an extra room, maybe.
No, when you take a I mean, when was the last time you took a vacation, Jay?
TwitchCon.
I mean, that's a work trip, but yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Before that.
Vegas again when I was 21.
And how old are you?
Like
You're
6
27?
27.
Oh my god,
Holy
dude!
smokes.
We gotta get your ass to a
Look.
beach. We gotta get you to a beach. Now you need a real vacation. We'll talk about that later.
Mhm.
Why don't we go Hawaii light? Let's try Florida. And let's go there.
I'm going to Florida
Hawaii
for
light.
Christmas. I'll be there later this month for
Yeah.
5 days. Fort Walton Beach area.
Hmm.
Nice Floridian Christmas. Should be fun with some old Air Force buddies. Anyway. Well, yeah, anyway, SoBad, you, like I said, you're always on, mainstay in the community, and I gotta say, you got really fucking good at the game, dude. You do some awesome stuff. I've seen some awesome stuff on YouTube where you essentially go from level 1 to 20 without dying, and you try to speed run it. Can you tell us why you decided to do that? Had you dominated the game so much so in the early play tests that you needed the challenge, or what was up with
Honestly,
that?
I think it was that one, but it's so much different now. Going from, PT1 and early access and like the internal play test till now, I feel like this is the most competitive the game has ever been, and now there's so much involved with circle play. But my first video that really popped off was my Barbarian permadeath.
Yeah.
I decided to speedrun because I was watching Elden Ring speedruns, and I thought at that time, the player base was only like, let's just say 2 or 3,000. And people in Discord kept asking, or in my stream, like, how do you level up? Like, how do I get 15? I need all those perks. And I thought, like, what would be the fastest way to level up? So at that time, I was maining Barbarian, and I decided to just give it a try. And I didn't have a clock, none of that stuff. I just decided to go Goblin Cave Barbarian, and I was, a little bit of beer in me, and I made it all the way to level 18 my first try, and I thought this is super possible. Like I need to get a speedrun clock up. We can actually start beating our score. Maybe we get the community involved. And after that, it's just like every couple weeks I want to try a new class. And at this point, I've gotten almost all of them to 20-ish. But if we're being perfectly honest, I haven't gotten 20 in a long time. My bard died at 18 to teamers. My fighter that I just
Rip.
put out, my slayer permadeath, he made it to 19.8. And
Yeah.
I died to monsters. I was chasing a naked rogue, and he had like 50
Oh,
goblins
no.
on him, and I got stuck in a corner and I died.
Chasing a
And
naked rogue. Got
naked
him.
rogue. Yeah, he was a
Been there.
skeleton with a blue torch, and like I just was so laser
Fell
focused.
for
I was
it.
like, "You've got to die, you little naked bastard!" And run ruined. But what's cool is at the end of my permadeath runs, win or lose, I just give chat everything I've gotten. And so sometimes we get super lucky. Like I've gotten void essence. I've had a couple gold keys drop throughout these runs, so it's fun. It's like they
Nice.
interact, I interact, but yeah, like that video got like 100,000 views, and so I just started doing stuff on YouTube for Dark and Darker, and I kind of realized that there was a niche for that.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Mhm.
Yeah, the video series are great. It was very fun to watch. I watched all that stuff. I remember in the sad dark times when we were waiting for the game to come back, and we had no idea if it was going to come back. A lot of people didn't think it'd be out right now. They thought we'd be. I was one of the people that thought we'd be waiting until 2024. So it was like
Disgusting.
I know. So it was like 10 YouTubers. Jay, you, K-Balls, Repos. It was like a dozen or so YouTubers. I just watched all their shit while I coped.
The
And
fiending.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Luckily,
It
those
was a
days are
weird
long
time.
behind us.
It was a weird
Before
time.
the game came out, it was a weird time. All the speculation. We're like, the game, and the game came out. We're like, this is pretty much what we know. Like, I don't know why we had all these crazy ideas. Like, what were we thinking?
Yeah, Jay and Donnie, remember it was a struggle for like a couple of dozen episodes of this podcast trying to figure out what to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it was rough, and I was like, how the fuck are we gonna keep this going if this game doesn't come out soon? Because after a
theory
while,
crafting.
it's just gonna turn into theory crafting or just a regular podcast because we have nothing to talk about anymore except regular shit. But luckily, the game came out. And please, sir, tell us about Hold the Line. What inspired that, and how's that going for you guys?
I mean, of course, you guys really started the whole Dark and Darker podcast series, and kind of like you watching all the YouTubers, I did the same thing, JG and Repos and all them, because you're trying to fill that void between playtests, and obviously the longer form content was something you could consume. It was fun to watch, full rounds or tips and tricks. And so listening to you guys' podcast, I can't remember how many episodes you guys were in, but I always listen in the car when I'm at the gym, and I thought, you know what? We could do that, but better. And I
Totally.
was wrong, but you know what? It's close. And so we started the Hold the Line podcast, and it made sense as well because everybody was doing the Hold the Line emotes in Discord all the time.
Sure. Yeah.
And I think we started our podcast before the game came out as well. And so we were everybody was hopeful. It was this whole community effort to be hopeful and to try to destroy the Nexon rats and the shills. And so that got us to where we are today. And kind of like you guys, you can't go that long without the game before you're like, well, maybe this should just be a podcast about X, or maybe we eat French toast and have a social, whatever the case is.
Wait a
but
minute.
now it's really good. Also, there
Was it
wasn't a
time?
ton of content. Like it was hard to do weekly episodes for a little while, but now I feel like they're just pumping, like just nonstop, and the future is just more pumped. They said this week is going to be, every map will have a solo variant.
Yes, can't
And
wait.
then Ice World and Druid in a couple weeks, and the test server and solo self-found, like all that stuff is just on the way. So content city.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah, I know, right? Even right now, this is the best the game has felt in a long time. I'm loving it. It's so fucking great, but it's like I really need a new map. Bad.
Yeah.
Real bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you
What I
couldn't have
need
picked.
Is
Go ahead.
I need new players. All right. I'm sure you know this because you're talking about the game being competitive. Everyone is too fucking good at this video game now.
I
Now it's
agree.
like, and there's no shitter fights. A lot of them are just like, all right, I got to sweat. Like, here we go. It's all grays, baby.
Sweat on everybody,
it.
even in
Yeah.
norms. Yeah.
Have you
Yeah.
tried making a new account, Donnie? I heard that works. You're put into like your own little MMR bracket with the other new players, and you
Oh.
just go stomp them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just wait for
Thought
Steam.
process?
There will be a flood
notes.
of little Tims.
Smurfing.
Make some
Just
Timmys,
wait.
dude. Did you guys? I know I talked about Hunt Showdown, but have you ever played Hunt Showdown so bad?
I played it a little bit.
So basically, every time the game goes on sale, whenever you start a new like account on that game, all your characters you can buy have white shirts, and it's just known as like the White Shirt Massacre because it's all the veterans just shitting on all the Timmies that join Hunt Showdown. Fantastic.
That's
Great time.
common.
Poor
Also, imagine
poor
when we
Tim
get it
Tim.
on. I don't know if Hunt's on consoles, but when this comes to Xbox and PlayStation, and we get the crossplay, they're dead.
They
right?
better not do
Ain't no way
crossplay.
they do crossplay.
No, they
Right? No
got
way.
to.
Oh,
So
shut
the
up.
only thing I can say about that is back in the tournament, we did a tournament for Diff. Diff does a lot of stuff on YouTube, and he's like a miniature Soma in the community. But he hosted a creator tournament that was actually permadeath. Each team had 3 lives,
Hmm.
and my teammate, we just got RNG teammates. My teammate Kingdom of Machine, who you guys might have heard of, he plays on an Xbox controller on his PC, and he never hit me with a fireball. He got like half
A wizard
right-
player with
a
controller.
wizard player, and that was back
Hmm.
when Wizard was shit. And so, if he can do it,
Is there
anybody
aim
can do it.
assist?
I don't think so.
No.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know Solar Bear so bad?
Nope.
No, he's a controller cleric. He's actually disgusting at the game for playing
Wow.
a controller.
See, like
Yeah.
I think crossplay is totally functional. Plus, like late at night, right? Do you want to just sit on the couch and like grind Barbarian with rock music playing with a controller? I feel like it would work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Smash
I
some
do.
doors,
Pretty
smash
nice.
some chests. Forget about it.
No
I feel that's
shit.
one of the things you lose when you get a PC, right? Because you're just like used to, hunching over, sweating.
Yeah,
But
sweating.
like it's
Yep.
nice to kind of relax on the couch and just kind of kick it, playing games. It is a good time.
I suck
Sometimes
with
you just wanna
controllers,
grind.
man. I'm so bad with controllers. I uninstalled Dark Souls 3 twice trying to play with my Xbox controller S on PC, and I just could not fucking make it work. I suck with controllers. I finally reinstalled it the 3rd time, played with a keyboard and mouse, one shot like 90% of the bosses, dumpstered in PvP, played Dark Souls Remastered mouse and keyboard, one shot 90% of the bosses, blind run, 40 hours complete on Twitch. I don't know why controllers don't work for me, because a lot of people say you have to use a controller for those types of games, but I just couldn't do it. It didn't work for me. I am a full-on keyboard and mouse guy. The last time I was competent with a controller was Halo 2 a long time ago.
no.
I had like 10 sensitivity on the sticks. Like I was a wild boy, but those days are dead. Yeah, I can't do that anymore. But I was going to say earlier, you picked amazing co-hosts with Ken and Arcane. I fucking love those guys. I think they're awesome. I hung out with Arcane Armor a little bit during TwitchCon. I wish I lived in the same city as that guy, man. He would be a fun, let's go get a beer homie once in a while. But
Yeah, Scott's a good
yeah,
guy.
he's so great. I love that
Yeah.
guy. Yeah.
And Ken and I go way, way back to old school full loot PvP games. So we're always either button heads or joining forces. Same thing with Jonah Vale. He was supposed to be on the podcast tonight, right?
Yeah,
JV.
that's right. Yeah.
Like me, him, and Ken all met in this game called Darkfall like a decade ago.
Oh yeah.
And that game it's like Dark and Darker, but with an open world. So you're like kind of going into the micro
But
dungeons. You're
janky,
also,
a little janky.
I
though.
mean, it was as
Come
janky
on.
as can
Yeah.
be, but like you got your magic, your bows, and your sword and shields, and you fight and
Sure.
you steal each other's loot.
Yeah,
Pretty
sure,
similar.
Sure. Yeah.
This was an MMO, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
I remember.
Yeah, missed that one.
It's probably not the worst thing to miss. Like it was great, but also it took like 5 hours to run across the world on your mount, or like 3 hours to take a boat somewhere.
So,
So
so is Mortal Online too.
yeah, actually, that is I would say a spiritual successor to Darkfall.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So bad. Just general thoughts on the current state of the game before we head into the next actual content patch. How you feeling about the game? Give us your top-down perspective as someone that's been around since literally the beginning.
I honestly feel like this is the best state the game has ever been in. I think
Same.
with it, with
Yeah.
quests, with the multitude of maps, a lot of the classes feel very, very strong in almost all ranges of combat. There's a lot of good changes that they made with static outs and the static downs. I think the portals are working great. Monsters feel good. The ranked is a really good incentive. It also doesn't feel that hard to rank up if you really, if you grind. Obviously, you have to win a couple or pretty often. I think the points, like everything, just feels good. The crafting is on par. The economy is great. You can basically drop into any match as a new player, especially ruins, and make like 300 to 1,000 gold if you get out alive.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's all fantastic. If we get a couple more filters and like an auction house, we're there. Like we were just talking about Steam and consoles. I think Q2 2024 we go Steam and console launch. I think by then we'd have Ice World.
Simultaneous
we'd have like
launch?
10 classes. Yeah, why not?
I
You want to stagger it?
I think that console will come later. Personally, I've said this before and I'll say it again. I'm apprehensive to see Iron Mace push the game onto Steam before the game is in a really, really good spot, because you only get one first impression. And this game is doing well after being removed from Steam. It has a diehard audience. It had its first impression, right? Now it gets a second chance on Steam, which is huge. That's very fucking rare. And if the game is not feeling great when they do push to Steam, that first impression to a lot of new people is going to sour them. So I think seeing a new map added to the pile, Druid added to the pile, the game tightened up a little bit more fun shit to do. The questing system fixed a little bit. Like right now, there's some annoyances. They fix a few things, and the game is running well. If they figured out server issues, then bam, fucking open the floodgates, toss that bitch on Steam. But wait until they're ready. In my opinion,
Yeah,
I don't chase the
rush.
money. Yes,
Right, I agree.
They got all the time in the world to really put it out at this point.
But I think 5 months is a good estimation. Like the way that they've
Sure.
been going,
Yeah.
and they said like early January / Christmas will be like the next content update. I think by 5 months from now, we've got like 10 classes, 4 or 5 maps. We have hideouts.
you could be right. Yeah, I mean 5
More
months. These
crafting,
guys
like, I don't
crank
know.
shit out so
They
fast.
crank it. They're
Yeah.
deving as much as we're playing, which is huge.
That's right. Yeah, you
And,
could be right. Yeah.
They just moved into the new offices, so now they get to hire some more people. I don't know. It all seems like it's going really, really well. And so I think 5 months Steam launch, and then we get like Twitch drops. Oh man. Woo! Also, the
Can you
last
imagine?
tournament, despite like the my own feelings and the community feelings about the tournament sort of bracket and the qualifications to enter, I'm talking about like kill racing and norms. It had a huge turnout, and like really a lot of people came out to watch and enjoyed it. The YouTube got like 100K hits. So it got the attention that it needed. So I could see more tournaments becoming a thing. We can, eventually if we get different spectator tools, we can get esports for it. I
I would
like
love to get
there's
involved with that eventually.
so
Yeah.
many ways
That'd be
for this
fun,
game to go now. Like it's already there. It's on track.
Yeah, eventually there's going to be spectator tools and maybe an arena. That's going to be so fucking cool. I can't wait to shoutcast that shit. I'll shoutcast with you. That'll be fucking awesome.
I'm in.
I
can't-
miss it. Shoutcasting is fun as hell, dude.
It's got to be the
You're gonna
JGs.
go John Madden.
Yeah,
You're
the
gonna, like, color the screen.
SBSs got to be in the
So you're
back
gonna want to
line.
hit him here. All right, heads, big area, okay? It's all about the front.
You gotta draw on it. He's going for the flank. He gets outflanked. Outmaneuvered. He comes back. He hits the trap. It's over.
See, what he did here is he hit the handle of the axe on the head, so only did about 70% damage there. What he's going to have to do is fix his spacing.
Yeah. And you're like in the studio wearing like a full suit, like against like some giant green screen. Yeah.
Exactly. We'll see. We'll see how things grow. So, state of the game is best it's ever been. Okay.
Yep.
So we don't know the full list of shit that we're getting in December. They've said maybe Druid, definitely new map, a couple of other things. What are you hoping that we see?
I mean, auction house, I feel like is a must. Like last night when I was trying to build these regular interaction speed sets, it's just something most people don't care about. Like 95% of the game isn't on board with RIS. And so I'm trying to buy these pieces, and it took me like 85 minutes to make a set. Just literally sitting there, just filtering by resourcefulness, regular interaction speed, and just waiting. And like, I want to see more filters as well, because right now I can't filter by like class only. So when I have specific things like RIS, I'm seeing like plate and occultist pants, and I'm like, come on, man, I can't wear those. Like, where's my class only button? Or Or like if I filter by resourcefulness and regular interaction speed, it would be nice if I only saw pieces that have both of those stats instead of any piece with either of those.
Hmm.
And now people are just posting like literal paragraphs
Yeah,
of items, and so I'm just like, ugh. And
exactly.
so auction house and more filters, I think, are really great quality of life. I like the 4 stash tab situation we have. You said Druid and Ice World are going to be fantastic. I want test server. I think test server would fix some of the insane balances that we see once in a while when they turn the dials on too much. We can get like test server patch notes and test server feedback.
Hmm.
And I think personally, solo self found isn't going to be what people think it's going to be, but I would like to see that on the test server or get like a couple days of it as an event.
Why do you think it's not going to be what people think it is? And
Yeah, you're
Pe-
shitting on someone's favorite idea right here.
no, not it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be solo self-found. It could be just self-found. Just there's no trade channels. That's it. It's just
Yeah.
so you can still go into the crypts with the homies and drop shit on the floor for each other and find shit together as a group.
I think if they're gonna do that, it has to be one map though. They can't split it 12 ways, right? No shot.
Yeah, because you
Well-
think the population won't be as high as normal mode.
Well, now it's 6. It's already 6 ways, right? And then they're gonna do solo, duo, trio. What is that? That's fucking 9-way split on the
Mhm.
maps. What, double that?
How-
18-way split, normal and high roller.
How do we think
That's
that's going to
crazy.
work? Do we queue for solo instead of a map? Or we queue for trio instead of a map and you will just get any of the maps? Because they're going to make it so all the maps
I
are solo,
hope
duo, and
not.
trio. How else would they do it? Else
I
that's like
hope
that's
not.
like a 15-way split.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a good question.
I wouldn't
actually.
hate it, but my god, is it gonna be awful.
Yeah, I feel like queue times will be really long. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
excited for that too. Like I would love to be able to go solo on crypts. Solo on ruins will be cool. As long as there's more spawns and the same amount of players, you're just gonna get way more fights. It'll feel more like a
Ooh.
battle royale.
Yeah.
Duos on
cool.
Goblin Caves, trios on Goblin Caves. Man, that's gonna be
Sick.
cool.
I mean, those
Could you
tight
imagine-
fights.
It's gonna be crazy.
Can you imagine the
Nice.
battles over the ore spawns and solo ruins with 16 players? Oh,
That's
my
gonna
that's a
be
lot of
great.
rogues. That's a lot of rogues.
There's gonna be some fucking shithead ranger up on
Oh
up
my
on one of the
God.
rocks, dude, hiding in the shadows, just waiting for the last guy to be standing.
Exactly.
And
I'm
you got
excited
rogues every
about.
static camping.
I'm excited about getting carried with my eventual cave troll kill. Can't wait.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be great. Someone's gonna kill the
God,
troll for
True,
me.
I didn't even think about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Fuck
Well,
yeah!
I
It's
can do the
finally gonna
class.
happen. Yeah, exactly.
And like your solos can finally do liches. Get their 15 liches.
Yep.
Exactly.
Liches get riches.
Oh,
I just want you
Alright.
guys know I killed 83 trolls this wipe. No pelt. I gave up.
that's ridiculous. That's
I
that's
gave
not
up,
okay.
man. I was.
Well, I killed
this
0
feels
on my
toxic.
wizard.
I saw Jay farming the direwolves. Did you ever get your direwolf pelts?
I did, yeah. But
Fuck.
I didn't.
I got-
I couldn't get my
Jay
troll
didn't
pelt
get
though,
one?
so like, what do? I just gave up. I sold my pelt.
Hell no, I was not farming no wolves.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
You have to kill the wolf farmers and take their shit. That's the way of it. Yeah,
It's hard though, because if you get a pelt, you just run to static.
that's right.
Especially
Yeah.
now, I've seen them selling today for like 600 to 900. Prices are wildin'. This is the
Yeah.
richest wipe I've ever been a part of. Everything's just selling for
Yeah.
a key. All the gold gear is like 2 to 10 keys. Artifacts are like 50 keys. Keys. What are keys at?
Jesus.
7K.
Yeah.
Artifacts are worth like 300 to 500,000.
I think Repose earlier was
crazy.
saying that the cheapest pulverizing prayer is 20 keys, which is 140,000 gold.
Yeah. How bad do you want a weapon?
That's fucking crazy.
Not that bad.
That's
Yeah.
bad. Speaking
How
of
much
trade,
RMT for me to get a pulverizing prayer?
yeah.
not
Speaking
that
$20. Speaking of trade, what do you think of the slight change to the channels? Instead of classes, it's weapons and armor, and I like it.
Yeah, like that's something me and my community asked for. And the only thing I would say is we need a split. We need like weapons and then armor. I think weapons and armor is too much.
Weapons and armor, and like you said, more filters, and then it'll be
Yeah.
in a good spot. Plus auction house, plus a self-found mode. But I won't bring it up again. I promise. Promise.
You know,
At
I bring
least
it up
if they
every,
promised it, so it's coming.
I bring it up every podcast we do, but Tarkov, for all the crazy, like, minute items that Tarkov has, they have a really good way to filter that stuff on the auction house. So
Yeah.
it would be nice for them to take some notes there.
That's true.
Yep. I think we should steal from everybody, like every other good
100%.
game
Of
does.
Why
course.
not? Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I
Of
mean,
course. Totally agree.
Why rebuild something that someone else made better? You know.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Especially these
Yoink
games that
that
are, dead on arrival. Like Greed is good. Like just rip their things. One of the things I really liked about Greed, which I think our game could have, is in the pregame lobby, if you just look at somebody, there should be a little paper doll. No, you don't have to go up and put your little hands on everybody. It just has there's a paper doll and it shows you like a color coding of their gear, just right above them, like orange, purple, blue, green. And you're like, oh,
Oh, just some real
that
lobby
guy's like
scouting
mid
going. Huh?
geared. Yeah, like that guy's like kind of geared. Oh shit, they're in full gold. You know, I don't know. Something
I
like
don't.
that.
I don't really like the lobby scouting. Do you remember back in the day when you were going from crypts down to hell? Everyone was sitting in like a blue space cube.
Yeah, that was the
Yep.
best.
It was
the
so
best
cool.
lobby.
Yeah. Why not just start there and be surprised in the dungeon? That's
I'm
just
down.
cool. I think it's more fun
Especially
that way.
because I've been running mystical gems, so like I just have to drink invis pots and run around that stupid little lobby cave. Because when they come put their hands on me, I'm like, well, can't go there. I can only be in one spot on the map.
Hmm.
So I would like not inspecting, but it'd be cool if you could just glance,
Yeah,
sort
yeah.
of notice.
Speaking of maps, new ice map. They mentioned experimentation with no swarm. How do you feel about that?
I love this idea because this game will transcend boundaries if we have a Tarkov style no swarm. And I also think that we could have a BR style map at some point where the drops are increased and we have more players and you're pushed together through like 5 to 7 zones.
And you
It's a
have to go
faster
in
map
base
with
kit.
less players surviving and you got to go base kit.
Yeah.
And you just go, you just, find some stuff, fight some people. It's like a 30 or 60 player map. And now you've got all these modes and like they all mesh. Like maybe we want to do a swarm, maybe no swarm, maybe BR. And so I think this game can experiment with that stuff, and it's cool to see.
Yeah, totally. A pre-Steam re-release is the time to test. Like, drop all the crazy ideas on us, right? It'd be super fun to.
What do you guys think would win the base kit BR?
Whoever finds the first purple weapon, dude, they're about to go on a tear. Base kit ranger finds a purple longbow, it's just
That's
over.
true. If they have
Yeah,
aim.
but then I don't know, a gray rogue just kills him out of stealth.
True.
Yeah, the gray
Yeah.
rogue just waits
Yeah.
till the end. Yeah, and he's a landmine. Yeah.
The barb finds 4 frannies and just screams and runs, and that ranger's like, "Oh God, it's over."
Yeah, yeah. But
I don't know. It's fun to think about.
yeah,
though.
think all the classes, base kit in a big circle, no gear to pick up. Who wins? Not the warlock, right? Probably
Not
not.
the
Oh,
fighter.
no gear to pick up.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Base kit, or do we have grays?
Just
Like grays or whites?
just base kit.
Yeah, not the fighter.
Probably not the
Yeah,
fighter.
probably not the wizard.
Probably not
Maybe
Barb.
Probably not wizard.
Probably the
Cleric,
rogues, man.
smite clerik.
I think the
Cleric.
rogues are way
Strong as
around.
Cleric would probably win that,
fully
yeah.
buffed with smite. Yeah, how do you beat that?
This is
You
something I
run
want
for
to
a
see
while.
now. I want to see an experiment of this.
Yeah, that'd be actually really cool. Bard could do well. That's true.
I think Ranger could just hide around its 2 traps, but once those are gone, it's over.
Yeah. Barbarian would be fucked with that stupid, shitty 40 base damage battle axe.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like he's swinging underwater.
Oh, I'm punching everybody. I'm never using that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Torching
yeah,
them.
exactly. Yeah, punch with Achilles strike. Yeah.
I got killed last night by a cleric with a smite torch, and his name was actually Torch is Biss. I just clapped on that. I was like, okay.
That's hilarious.
As a gamer.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just gotta respect the move like that. You can't be mad at that. You just gotta give the man his dues. Like, well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to the ice map. I think especially if you have map awareness and there's no circle, there's probably a lot of loot to be had. The other thing I'm really looking forward to is dynamic backpacks. I like the idea of wearing a backpack in the cape slot, but you have a movement speed penalty. And then there's an even bigger backpack where you have both those Tetrises unlocked and you have like double the movement
couch.
speed penalty. Yeah, like the couch.
What
do you
about
like
movement
Tarkov?
speed penalty only if you put shit in it? Like, you put the bag on, there's no movement speed penalty, but the second you start storing shit in it, you start getting slow.
Nah, if that's on your back, you're slower.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
I see what you're saying, because you want like Tarkov, where the more items in there, the slower you get.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know if we need item slow. I think everything already has a base slow, and at that point, you're like, do I want to bring a bigger backpack, or do I want a movement speed cape?
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, just do like a 20% base movement speed penalty if you put like a backpack on. Boom.
20% or like 20 ms?
20 ms, not percent.
Yeah,
That
probably
sounds
20
pretty
ms.
slow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do they have stats? Everything else has stats. We got backpack stats.
Okay, now
Yeah, they got-
backpacks bis.
Holy
got
shit!
interaction
1.5%
speed,
move speed backpack.
I got a legendary backpack. It has extra pockets. Yeah. It's,
Artifact backpack.
You do the tank backpack build. You get like a plus armor rating backpack. You just fucking shield backpack, just
Plus PDR.
waddling through the dungeon. Good.
oh.
98% PDR, but you can move at like fucking 10% speed. Just
Oh god.
So the second I see a Pavis backpack fighter, dude, I will be amazed. I'm serious about his loot, dude.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they handle the weight and bag system. I'm looking forward to it too. It does feel bad being in the dungeon and you have an inventory filled with great shit and there's stuff on the ground and you are panicking because you have 45 seconds left in the raid and you're trying to min-max what to pull out. If you just had...
That's what the game's all about, dude.
I know, that's so fucking
agree.
stressful. Fuck. It's a terrible feeling, but you're right. It is what it's for.
Yeah, I think for the sake of like just less headache, just do a flat stat. Don't do like a weird calculation of weight and all that stuff. Because that was one of the things that drove people crazy in Tarkov was like the weird like weight differentials and shit. Because it's just stupid.
Yeah. That's true.
I'm not trying to crouch walk my way to the extract. Please,
Pop
God.
a mule, baby.
Exactly.
Give me stems, dark and dark
Crawl.
stems, guys. Anybody?
Throw
You need a
some
wizard
skooma in
hastening
there.
you the whole way.
Prop a purpotol, dude, or a mule, you know? Take it to extra.
Find some skooma in there, dude. Yeah.
Some skooma.
Smoke some skooma in the dungeons with the boys. Get a little extra pep in your step.
I have no idea what that is.
Skooma?
You know what scuba
Skyrim,
is?
dude.
Oh man.
man.
Elder Scrolls series. It's like it's like a
young.
drug. It's a drug in the
Like
Elder Scrolls
heroin,
series.
basically.
Well, it depends on the game. Like,
It's like legal heroin.
it's some games you drink it. Some games it was like something you ate. Like it's switched up a lot, but skooma had different effects depending on the game. And I don't know. I thought there was like skooma trades and like drug dealers, skooma dealers and shit. Like
Yeah,
shady
Oblivion,
Khajiit.
Mhm.
Yeah, it
And
was.
lizards.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, they're really not kind to the Argonians and Elder Scrolls. They're just a bunch of skooma fiends.
Yeah,
Thieves.
a lot of fantasy racism in that game for sure. Yeah, not good, but still great fucking series. Speaking of Elder Scrolls, after the dumpster fire that was Starfield, and I think, in my opinion, it was bad. Are you guys? I mean, so bad. Obviously, you're an Elder Scrolls fan, Donnie. I know you are. Jay, I don't know if you ever played any of them, but are you guys worried about Elder Scrolls 6 now with the state of Bethesda and the shit show that was Starfield? Because I'm a little worried, a little bit. And that's my favorite single player series of all time.
I don't think Starfield was that bad. It was just painfully mediocre. I think everybody had like a certain level of expectation for a Bethesda game, and it felt like you were playing a Ubisoft game. I think
Man.
it's probably
If somebody says something's painfully mediocre, though, like that sounds really bad. Like if
Not
I asked
good.
you how the concert was last night and you were like it was painfully mediocre, I would never want to go see that band.
Yeah, from the studio that like brought us Morrowind and Skyrim, it's like, yeah, their newest IP is painfully mediocre. Their first
Well,
new
I
IP
mean-
in years. You're like,
I think we go back to the other Fallout. What was like the terrible Fallout, like the multiplayer one where they just kind of
Fallout
gave up?
76.
Yeah, like holy
Wow.
shit! I remember buying that and being like, "This is one of the worst games I've ever played." Like, there's no NPCs, there's nothing to do. It just feels like
Yeah.
half-ass. And then I didn't buy Starfield, and watching it, I felt like it looked painfully mediocre.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I'm kind of worried about Elder Scrolls 6. But maybe like they did this on purpose. They go mediocre, that way their redemption arc will be, test 6.
That is a fucking gamble and a half right there.
Yeah, that's a gambit.
I guess maybe they don't care because they were acquired by Microsoft. So when a $1 trillion company owns you, scooped you up for multiple billions, maybe you're just like, fuck it.
I just think that
You already
Copy
made your
paste.
money.
Yeah.
Starfield was just a bad idea from the beginning, right? Because like think of all your favorite stuff from like from like Elder Scrolls or like Fallout. It's not even necessarily like the combat or like the systems. It's the quests. It's like the world. It's the story. It's like the feeling you get from playing the game. Starfield, the whole lore of Starfield was just it's space. There was like no flavor. There was like no lore, no texture to the game. So like I just feel like that's like its biggest weakness. So I think they'll be a lot better off for Elder Scrolls because you've got the whole world and all that shit. So hopefully they do something cool. But yeah, Starfield was just meh. But I mean, it was just space. It was like let's FTL jump and let's do this and that. And it's like okay, this is fine. Like,
yeah, but what about the GTA 6 trailer?
That was pretty fire.
Did anyone expect Vice City? I didn't expect that at all.
What's Vice City? I thought it was just Florida.
Is it all? Is it all Florida? I mean, it basically
looked like Florida. There was like crocodiles everywhere, and it seemed very Florida vibes. It had like the trailer parks and like the beach.
Yeah, I mean, did you ever play Grand Theft Auto Vice City back in the day?
Yeah, I remember I played that.
Yeah, classic, fucking great game. Mm-hmm. But it definitely, sure, if it's Grand Theft Auto Florida, whatever. But it definitely was like kind of surprising to see Vice City in full effect, and it just reminded me of like Vice City 2 in a way, but way better than that, obviously. But the trailer was cool, man. The trailer was cool.
My chat's saying Vice City is Miami. I didn't realize that was the thing.
That's right.
Yeah.
Miami Vice.
I like how it got leaked and then they just released it after that.
Oh yeah. Apparently it was like the son of some employee like leaked it.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Oh my god.
Imagine that's your son that did that, and you're like, I have a great career at this fucking great company. I'm gonna make a lot of money and build a great resume, and I'm really proud of my work. And your little shithead 10th grader son fucks up your career and leaks this huge thing. Man, that would fucking oof.
Now your son's the next Logan Paul, and he's buying you a giant house somewhere, and you're like, all right.
Oh, it was his son's friend. His son's friend. Okay.
Even worse.
I mean, that's worse.
That sucks.
That's way worse.
Yeah, that's an operation security fail right there. So bad. OPSEC fail, bro. Depends on who he is.
It was 2 days earlier, like 1 day early. I mean,
it does depend on who it was. If it's some fucking VP, they're like, John, you fucking stinker. Be careful with that. If it's some like
$2 million bonus.
Exactly. If it's some mid-level manager, like, you fucking cunt making $70K a year, you're fucked. We're gonna smear your name, hardworking piece of shit, low-level guy. Yeah, that's kind of how it works, to be honest. So I don't know if he was fired. Whoever that person is, that fucking blows for him, though.
Imagine it was like a phishing email that got him. Yeah. It's like, hello, I want to see trailer. I am from the customer support.
Do you remember what city Grand Theft Auto will be in? Please tell us. Let us know. Yeah. Can't find it in Google Drive. No, we went off the deep end here. We just took an exit off the highway. Let's get back on and move into Q&A. Chats.
Wait. I know you said you didn't play much threes this go around, but you think the threes meta is good? I feel like it's wide open. The best the PvP has been, other than Wizard being a little.
Wizard's fucking annoying.
Wizard is so strong in threes. I don't know. Like I think that every class seems to have a pretty great spot in threes to me. Like everybody has a role and everybody can really do what they were meant to do. And so just based from an outside perspective, it does feel like it's pretty balanced right now. I feel like rogues might be a little bit too strong, but I don't know.
Rogues
and
wizards
to assassinate, but like I feel like they just W key again and blow you up. Like even with like grays and a green or blue rapier, they like 3-tap a lot of classes.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I think it's really good. And I think it's really hard to balance a game like this around solos, duos, trios, and then you have open maps, closed maps, like hallway maps. And so I think they're trying their best. I'm excited for when Druid comes out. I hope it's just busted and like everyone's just bears, just one-shotting. And I don't know. I'm excited.
Imagine 3 druids versus 3 druids. Just 6 bears just slapping each other in the dungeons.
And bears.
Could you imagine that if they had different map balance? Like, certain classes do better damage on certain maps.
Oh, you know what?
That'd be insane.
Yeah.
Someone the other day was like, Warlock should do like 5% more damage than Hell. I'm like, that's a pretty good idea.
Yeah. Or like their souls are worth more because the monsters are like harder or whatever.
Maybe.
I swear to God, if they ever have 4-person parties, I want to see 3 druids in bear form and a female bard The Three Little Bears.
Goldilocks.
Goldilocks and the Three Little Bears.
Come on, Jay.
Dude.
Childhood a little bit.
Wait, you don't know what that is, Jay?
I mean, I've heard the stories.
I've heard the
Wait,
story.
no, I don't.
The
I
dark
have no idea.
legend.
I was about
Yeah.
to say where they blow their house down, but that's not that one.
Oh, that's
I don't fucking know, dude.
They blow their house up.
Yeah.
I think Jay's
you-
parents just placed him at the PC and they were like, all right,
Get good.
later.
Yeah.
He speaks Roblox.
Yeah. Jeff the F in your chat says, I thought someone was going to take the BG3 route. That would be
True.
messy.
Yeah, that's what's wrong with that? Bard and 3
Yeah?
fits.
Oh,
Fits is the right word to use.
man, what a
situation.
fucking word that you just dropped. It fits.
Yeah.
God, Jay, you're disgusting.
Alright.
All right. Q&A. Please chat, drop your questions. And Donnie, you got to ask your typical
Oh,
question.
Yeah. So you're in charge of development. What would be your next stream update, man? If you could update the game next.
Dream update?
Dream
Yeah,
update.
what's your dream update?
I'm really excited for Guild Wars, so I want Guild Wars to come out. I feel like it's gonna be so much fun to watch, like the clips, especially if it's only a timed event, like 2 hours on Friday, every other Friday or something, and you just queue up with 9, and it's 9v9, and you have to. I really hope that it
Shit.
separates the squads into squads of 3, and you must use communication in Discord or whatever to try to get together. And you're like, "Is that you?" Because that's what you hear. Is that you guys? And there's just 6 people running toward you, and it's like the enemy guild already has 2 of their squads together. They're pushing. Now it's like 6v6, 3 come in the back line. Like, I don't know, 9v9 sounds sick. And maybe there's a little bit of a swarm too. So like at the end, and they're really insane matches. You got on the ground like Jay Griffia, Ken Nabi, Todd Father, everyone's dead, and there's like one rogue left standing, and he can only carry a little bit of loot. And
One
grab the
rogue left.
artifacts! Grab the artifacts! Yeah. So
Just
that
hear
was
some
mine.
Tarkov PTSD, where I'm like wiggling, and I'm like, please tell me that's you. And then
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that you?
God, the friendly
Yeah.
fire in Tarkov, man. Oof.
It's a daily occurrence in that game.
Yeah.
The friendly
If you
fire in
play-
9v9s as well. Oof.
Yeah, if you play like 10 Tarkov raids in one day, there's a team kill going on in your
Mhm.
squad, guaranteed.
Mhm.
Playing Tarkov really, really fucking stoned with friends. Just everything. You fucking jump at everything, fucking click at everything. Just no matter what moves, it's dead. Poor friends. Like, there's friendly fire like once an hour. Yeah. Whoops. Yeah, I would play DayZ, really fucking blast that out of my mind too, and forget what side of the military base my buddy was on. And I see a guy. Oops, sorry, man. I just fucking shot you in the head, pal. Oops.
Was that you? Is the word call out.
You're supposed to do the crouch and wiggle, so I know it's you. But when you're so fucking high, you forget to say
Well,
that.
I tell my friends a prone, dude. I'm
Yeah,
like, get on
prone.
the fucking floor.
Yeah.
My
That's
favorite is
you.
whenever you do a team kill in Tarkov, but then halfway through team killing them, you're like, oh, hey man, I'm sorry. As you're like shooting your last bullet, you're like, oh, my bad, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh,
Oops.
I'll toss your stuff in a bush.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's see some questions. King Spencer, since Druid is coming soon, with the idea of roots and healing and shapeshift, how do you think it will affect the meta? Well, I think it'll affect the meta. I mean, my personal answer is it'll affect the meta because there will be more support. You don't have to run cleric for heals. You don't. Bards are not the best healers, obviously.
Mhm.
So just to have a second healer is huge for the game, I think. That's my answer. It'll change the
I can't
meta
wait
because
to
there's more
see the
healers.
fucking buffs on cleric, bard, druid. My god.
It's gonna be
the,
gross.
fuck, the buff icon's about to be like this big, take
Yeah.
up half the screen.
Is it time to limit buffs, Jay? What do you think?
Nah.
This man said nah. Okay, what about similar buffs replacing a weaker version of itself? So here's a +3 strength buff. Here's a +2 strength buff. The +3 strength buff overrides the +2. You don't think so?
I don't think so. I don't think it's that bad yet. It's a little cringe, but it's not that bad. Unless Druid has like a billion buffs, but I kind of doubt it, right?
I
At
doubt
least
it
in
as
WoW
well.
they don't have that many
But
buffs.
not a lot.
That's true. I mean, it could be like some stealth buffs, like bark skin or some shit like that, or we don't know yet. Well,
I think it'll be Thorns for sure. Like a Dark Reflection works just like Thorns, so I can see
Yep.
them having that. And then we've already got Bind on Cleric, so I could definitely see an upgraded version of that as like maybe an AoE root. Um, as far as meta, I think we've seen two new classes release, and arguably the Bard when it came out was absolute dog shit, so it's just way off meta. And then it got buffed and it was insane and became actual meta. And I think the same thing kind of happened with Warlocks, but only at first. Warlocks were interesting because they were new. So everybody was Hydra gaming and there was just like Hydra blocking and
yes.
nobody knew what was going on. And for like the first 3 days, if you hadn't, watched YouTube or streamers, you were just getting killed by Warlocks. But now I don't even think they're meta anymore for any of the
No.
modes. I think like it's a cool class, but it's really high APM and it doesn't really have that much output damage outside of Bach.
I think Druid might have like maybe they might pull a page out of like Diablo 2 and have like some like poison creeper vine or some shit like a plant that you can that will come up out of the ground and like spit poison darts at people. Imagine a class with another class with damage over time capabilities. Poison sucks.
Roots is like AoE similar to Warlord where it stacks up, and if it hits 5 stacks,
Ooh,
like
I like
you
that.
get rooted type shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
really
I kind of
good.
figure it might be something like that.
That's
Especially if
actually
you
a
run,
really
like
good
a
idea.
bramble cage at like 3 or 5 stacks.
Yeah,
that's
you
really
walk
cool
in the
idea.
vine. You walk in the vine growth to the roots that have come up for too long. Now you're rooted. You got to get out of it fast. That's actually a really good
stacking
idea.
slow.
That way it's not like an
Yeah.
instant CC, right? Like you have time to
Yeah.
react, but yeah.
That's
That's a good idea.
And you put in the backline when they're retreating it. Maybe it's a slowing stack as well. It's like 10, 20, 30,
Yeah,
40,
maybe.
50, like rooted.
Interesting. I like that idea. Neck rope asks, do you think Bard needs a buff or a change to make it more viable for solos? I don't really have an
Yeah.
opinion on that myself, to be honest.
It'd be cool if you could do like a solo Bard build. You know, like you don't have to be a support. You could do more of like a carry kind of in a way. That'd be nice.
I think bards are perfectly fine where they're at, in my opinion. They're still really strong.
I think in solo they're very weak. It could use a solo buff. I like what Donnie said. Maybe like if you don't buff anybody, you amplify your own buffs. Like if you do an AoE song that's a buff and it only hits you, it's like 1.5.
That's not a bad idea.
That's a good idea. Yeah. I actually do like that idea. Huh.
I feel like it's a lot of effort to play Bard right now, especially in solos. Like I played it at the end of last wipe for a couple days, and it was fun, and it's pretty strong. It's really good at bossing, but it takes like so much effort to keep your buffs up, to then try to debuff, and like everybody else just outputs damage. So like if you screw up any of your rotations, like it's already over. Or if you get caught with the music out, like that's GG.
Unless you got the loot.
Yeah. And the perk.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
I got a question. My chat asks, should rank rewards be based on the highest rank you achieve in the season, or the rank you have at the end of the season?
I think it's highest you
rank for
achieve.
quality of life. Just so you can, like, if I had demigod, I could still play and not have to worry about it. You know?
Right. Then you can play leisurely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I agree.
Because that's kind of what I'm thinking now is like I'm gonna get demigod, I might get a little buffer, and then what? I'll have to play a second wizard because I don't want to just throw games.
Exactly. That's not good. Yeah. Agreed.
It already feels bad enough where like when you pick up gear, you know you're losing rank points.
100%.
This
makes
is
sense, but
this is an interesting thought. JDM Sully, what's up, dude? How do you feel about this? They take the swarm out and they actually make it start in a random spot, and it actually expands from a certain location instead of closing in the map. It's kind of I've never really thought about that before. It sounds kind of cool.
Then you're just tanking swarm damage the whole time.
No.
You have to run. You have to run from the swarm to map areas of the map that won't be affected. Like it expands out from a certain starting area instead of closing in.
My only complaint with that is, I mean, that just spreads people apart. You would think that wouldn't necessarily push them together.
Yes. Yeah.
But I mean, it'd be fun to test. Like, you know, that'd be a fun test server thing.
Two teams on opposite sides will never ever run into each other.
Yeah.
It feels like that.
I just never really saw someone think of it like that. Just thought it was an interesting thought.
It is interesting.
What do you think about being able to create characters outside of the character limit? So essentially, my cat is actually a cow. Great name. Just asking, should they increase character limit? Of course.
At least make it like 10 or something. One of each class is kind of annoying.
Minimum. Yeah, minimum.
I
Here's an
feel
idea.
for like SBS, sorry, is like you do challenges and stuff. I've started doing a little bit of challenges. But if you have all 8 characters leveled, then what? I had to
Just
buy
delete.
a second account
Yeah.
just to be able to have that option.
I mean, you can make a new character. Like, whenever you hit your max characters, you know you have to hit, like, the next page, and you have that one character there.
Yeah.
Just give us a full second page of characters.
Well, I
Or we
get
can
it
buy
for
them.
money.
Blue shards.
Yeah. Or
Sure.
Yeah, that's a good idea too.
Blue
Pay a
shards
little
is
buy
fun.
slots.
Blue or red.
I get forcing you because maybe they do want you to buy a second copy. Like I folded that, but
Yeah.
I get
not
it.
many people are gonna do that, so they're only milking a pretty small percent.
You. Yeah. Yeah.
But why Yuna was like, I'd be interested in seeing a small roaming swarm. That might be fun.
I really like that idea. Yeah.
Like a little death cloud
Roaming
that just kind of comes around.
bosses.
Roaming
Also,
bosses
yeah.
would be tight.
Also, both of those are good ideas.
That's what I want. Really bad.
I think the roaming swarm, and it's 5 damage per tick, and it's very small, and you can see it as like a red circle on your map, and it just moves around. You have
That's
to play
not
around
terrible.
it. That'd be pretty cool.
Here's an absolutely
Would be-
ridiculous idea. What if there was a swarm monster, like a giant version of the little scarabs, and if you went into the dark swarm and killed it, you killed the dark swarm itself? I just made that up. It could be fucking dumb as hell, but I just thought of it.
I kind of like that. 'Cause also,
like
if it
that
showed it on the
too.
map, so that when the swarm's gone, everyone's like, "Oh, I got to go fight that player." Like they just beat swarm boss.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Yeah.
Just a
and
new
you know
challenge.
you know they have
Yeah.
like physical healing or something to be able to tank that and like bandage, get their health back. That'd be really cool.
I think that could be
I like
interesting.
It reminds me of the Wheel of Time.
Great
There's,
series. Love that book.
Machin Shin is like this great darkness. It's
The
like
Black Wind.
like a malevolent, like a malevolent darkness that's like a swarm monster, basically.
Exactly.
What about if you're in the swarm and you can't see your map? That would be so fucked up.
That's
Holy
not
shit.
cool.
But
I
it's
don't
kind
know
of
about that.
it's hardcore as fuck, but it would be
Yeah.
so messed
You know what?
up.
Send it as an end of wipe event for 2 days. It's like if you guys have
Yeah.
fought Cyclops, when it throws like dirt onto your whole screen. That's just like that when you're in Swarm now.
What if there was like a
dark.
high roller where there just was no minimap and they took away certain features like no HUD, shit like that. No
shit like
HUD,
Call of
no
Duty.
map. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of wild. Yeah. That would
What's
be
called in
fucking
Call of
hard.
Duty when you do that? It's like no HUD. minimap.
Hardcore.
Yeah, just hardcore.
Yeah, like hardcore. I like that idea.
Yeah.
Die in one bullet.
No crosshair. Yeah. No
How
HUD
many
at all.
arrows are in your quiver? You're just constantly pushing R.
That'd be kind of fucking cool, to be
I'm
honest.
cool with it.
That'd be sick.
I love that idea. I love the idea of like no team names and stuff, but I think it's just because I played Tarkov.
Right.
No
Yeah.
team names, not have to know who's your friend and shit. Because
I
then
would
you'd have those
fuck
funny
up
ass
so
moments
much.
where like you have a rogue and they have a rogue and like you have a rogue and cleric and they have a rogue and cleric and then their rogue runs to you thinking you're his player. That would be like hilarious. It would be so
That would be
fun.
kind of funny.
It would. I mean, there'd be some memes and some good times, but there'd be like, we're the Red Cape gang. Everyone wear a red cape so we know who's who. Like, there'd be shit like that.
that's
It's
what you do in
armbands.
Tarkov.
Yeah,
Yeah.
armbands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember once in Tarkov, we all
That's cool.
wore like skull masks, like the same exact skull mask. There was 5. This is when we had 5 of us. And we were at gas station, and another squad came with skull mask, and like I looked up, the door open, it was skull mask. Like I looked back down, and he just shot me, and I was like, "That's me!" And they're like, somebody else is here. They're like, "They have the same mask," and it was just like a firefight. That was awesome.
An infiltrator. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
everybody had all 10 had skull masks.
Hell yeah.
Okay, let's get some more questions. Let's see here. What do we got? Long Blade Flame. This is interesting. What do you think about making second layer dungeons randomized so you can add more levels without splitting the player base? I'm not totally sure what you mean. So like if you're in the ice map, for instance, you can go to Inferno, or if you're in the ruins, you can skip crypts and go to Inferno or something like that. Or yeah, what if it was randomized? What if you were in the ruins, instead of having to go down to the crypts and then Inferno, what if you could just go straight to hell from the ruins? I think that's what he's asking.
I mean, why not? They already said that they want to do in between round matchmaking, so you don't have to wait on people anymore, and you just kind of shift lobbies, right? Like if I hit a red portal or a static red, I'm just queued with anybody else from any other lobby who's done that. Boom! Now I'm in Inferno with like 9 people.
Hmm.
I think we could do that. You could also have. There's so much they can do with the portal system in this game. Like I've been thinking it'd be fun to have a gold portal once in a while, like 1 in 100 chance, and it takes you to like a treasure hoard, and only one player can go there, and it's just 3 poles, and you're like, oh, a gold portal, and then you like think about the amount of space that leaves for like rogues to camp that or rangers to place traps, invisibility potions, and you're like, someone's gonna see this and they're gonna want it, and so then you're camping like the gold
Shit, I'm
portal.
taking it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, but it's like 3 poles, so like everybody wants to go there. I like that idea.
Hmm.
I also think a 3-layer map is a lot. Ruins
Yeah.
to crypts to Inferno. I mean, I like the fact that it's going to matchmake between lobbies, so it'll always be full, and then you'll be like, hey, we got to punch out. You know, like we're full up.
Dude,
They were geared.
full games are already 30 minutes. Like, how much
Yeah.
longer do you really want it to be? We're getting some
Yeah.
Tarkov level raids.
That's
Mhm.
true.
Yeah,
True.
level, but
True.
That's right.
They would have to do it a little bit different, right? So like, I don't know if you guys have been playing a lot of Ruins, but you can already see all the static downs.
yeah,
There's like quite a few that are
That's
like
right.
covered with rubble or like under the bridge. There's one. It already has the red glow. So I feel like if those opened up earlier, how many players is Ruins? 18, 16?
18.
You'll have
18.
squads just running straight to red, and then they'll be match made, and now they're in crypt. Like so, it could be fine.
Hmm.
It just adds like another element of danger to it, which I kind of like. And then you have the people who will just stay up on Ruins. Like I think that's kind of a fun idea.
yeah.
Yeah.
King
And
Saucy
that way you don't gotta
99.
wait. That'd be nice if you're just
Mhm.
trying to run bosses.
Right.
Plus, you can get rare drop items. Like in Tarkov, you have like a labs key card. You can get like a crypt key, and then it just queues you for crypt, so you don't have to go ruins. Then people just sell that for like 100 gold.
I would really like to
There you
see
go.
some sort of like labs like level where you have to find like a very specific item to access this like crazy thing or whatever. That'd be fucking amazing. I would love that. I used to really like labs. A lot of people hate labs. I thought it was fun to get a labs key card and go into
It's
labs.
just
and-
cheater heaven.
Yeah.
well,
that's the
eventually,
problem.
yeah, for sure. But it was fun getting it in the beginning when it was novel. It was fun, but yeah, it definitely got shitty later. I saw. How could you possibly boss with a full hell lobby? PvP
Good
first.
question.
PvP
Yeah.
first.
That is a good question.
PvP first and
Yeah.
hope you have enough time, or get jumped while fighting the boss and kill them and keep fighting the boss, hard mode
I mean,
style.
It already happens, and it's the same with troll. If
Yeah.
you boss, that's like the inherent risk of bossing. But when I watch squads like JG and Kanabi in repos, and they're killing the boss in like sub 30 seconds sometimes,
Who cares then?
you
Yeah.
you get really good at PvE clearing. You push the enemy boxes, you make sure nobody's there, and you just go for it. But yeah, it's a danger. But I mean, when it drops an artifact that sells for 150k, it should be dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
I've noticed that we've been getting a lot more fights in the boss room.
Mm-hmm.
This wipe more than ever.
Maze Plays asked, how about randomize the map in the first place, not more choosing which map you go on? So just like just a random queue, like me and a buddy are just gonna hit random. Where are we gonna go? Goblin Caves, fucking Inferno, Crypts.
Ice
Yeah.
World.
I think you have to actually earn Inferno. You need to go through a dungeon to get to a red portal for sure. But Crypts,
I personally
Iceman-
don't like it.
What?
So I feel like Crypts is pretty balanced for all the classes,
Oh,
fight wise. But like ruins and stuff is not. Ruins
Much
and
more
Goblin
open.
Caves are not super
Mhm.
balanced.
It's more
all
ranger
classes.
oriented on ruins.
Yeah.
that's true.
And rogues, because they said they were gonna fix rogues, but man, they can just skywalk like crazy.
Yep.
Speaking of things that would be really interested in long maps, what do you guys think about? So, like, say for instance, you queue trios and you get any of the new maps, Ice World, Crypt. Now that we're gonna have solos, duos, and trios on every map, what if? Because right now a lot of people choose, right? You're like, I'm gonna go Crypt, so I'm gonna take Purify, so we can boss or cleanse. What if you could use a campfire, and when you sit down, you can change your spells or your skills?
Oh my.
And so, like, if you change, like, you don't have them, but when you're sitting at the campfire, you start rejecting them, like everything, right? So, like, a fighter could be like, I'm going to take second wind now. And then it slowly builds up his second wind back.
Okay, well maybe it makes sense for like maybe like a wizard or a warlock, and you can only do it in the window that the campfire is on. And if you pull all your spells off, and then the gray campfire runs out, then you don't have any spells because you ran out,
Right.
unless you get into the
You gotta
campfire.
campy again.
It's not the worst idea.
Somebody goes souls like Dark Souls.
Bonfire.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be an item you have to buy, or like you buy it from the woodsman. It's like 150 gold, but I think it would be nice for clerics to be like, you know what, I need purify for warlord, so I'm gonna sit down on my bonfire and get purify real quick.
Yeah, I have my PvP set up. We're about to go boss. Let me switch to cleanse. Let me drop whatever and get cleanse.
Here comes a group. I now have nothing. We're fucked.
Yeah.
I don't think that takes anything away from the game.
Yeah.
So,
It's not a bad idea actually.
Yeah, it just makes it a little bit more complicated, but I think it's cool.
Hmm.
I don't hate it on a little bit though.
Someone said that it makes the bonus of being a 10 spell wizard nullified. Kind of.
really.
Unless there's way more spells eventually, then not really. But as of right now, how many spells are there, Jay? 12?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not the
I mean,
best.
it's gonna affect each class, disproportionately. But I just think if we're gonna have random maps or random
Well.
queues, like I can't prepare to boss fight in crypts and then be like, fuck, we got trio goblins. Like, now I just wasted purify.
Yeah.
Like that sounds weird to me. So hopefully, if it works like that, we get something to change.
I think instead of random maps, just randomize like maybe mobs and chests, so they're not always there every time.
I mean, that would do a lot to change the
That
game.
is easier than procedurally generating maps for sure.
Well, I'm more so meant like random queue map. You
Oh,
just
sorry.
Play and it puts you in either
Yeah,
of the,
yeah,
either
yeah.
of the maps. But yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like.
generated
I don't know
maps
if I
would be
like that
good,
idea
but,
though. I don't know. Like having map awareness is already really tough. Like even right now for me on goblins, like now there's 3 different maps. I don't know them all. Like it's challenging, especially as let's say ranger. If it's all randomized now, like I don't know. Like I gotta set up traps like at mid circle and just kind of like hope. Like at least now I'm like, okay, these
Yeah.
doors lead here. I need traps here, here, and here. Like it takes a lot. I'm not talking like thousands of hours to even be prepared for the current competitive scene.
I like
if it
that
was
actually.
all
I like that more.
RNG.
I like that more.
Do you?
No one knows the
wonder.
maps. Everyone's struggling together and against
Yeah.
each other at that point.
Could work.
I like a little bit of. I think the game is better with a little bit of RNG in it. And I don't think the game is.
When it
meant
comes
be,
to
like,
environment, yeah.
hyper-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we have RNG traps though, and I'm just getting like hit by wall spikes and shit. Like I don't know.
Dude,
Yeah.
don't we all get hit by the same fucking 3 wall
Yeah.
spikes all the time anyway? Come on. Even when we know where they're at, we're still hitting them. So
I don't know, dude. Like a barbarian's chasing me. I don't know what map I'm on. I open a door. I'm like, fuck. It's all spike traps. Like, maybe it's a good idea. I don't know. It's all spike traps all the way down.
that's funny. Tails all the way down, mate.
Tyrants.
Not like this, Joe. Says, question for the boys. If Inferno gets matchmaking, how do you feel about the size of current Inferno? Is it okay? Too small? Hell is pretty small, but I think they mentioned that there's going to be another layer below Hell, right? Or is that
I
was
haven't
that
heard
for
that.
or was that for Goblin
I'm not
Caves? Like a down for Goblin Caves. They did
I've
tease
heard
like a
that.
lower level.
I think they said Hell Caves is what they said,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which they should do well before they ever think of doing the runes.
I could have sworn they mentioned another level, but maybe I'm a crackhead. I don't know.
Yeah, pretty sure for Goblin Caves.
Yeah.
I think Hell Caves is a good idea. It's so hard to boss now. Like so like I said, I did 80 trolls, no pelt. I was ganked like 45% of the time, regardless of what I got.
yeah.
Like they're just waiting.
Right.
Yeah.
Add light orb to cleric, yay or nay? I mean, it makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah.
Fuck no.
What?
That's my
A
spell.
holy man of the light can't conjure light? Come
I
on.
can already destroy undead. Don't give him everything.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
Yeah.
okay.
Maybe he could like bestow items with light. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I like the light cantrip. Yeah. Like, let me put light on your felling axe, Mr. Barbarian. It's kind of
My
cool.
chat said just use a torch.
Oh, so
bro.
ignite.
Yeah, or,
Okay.
yeah, or ignite, or a
Not
fucking
damage,
torch.
just,
You know what? No, I don't think clerics should get light orb. Okay. Nah, actually, it's not that bad of an idea. I don't know. Seems okay to me. Let's get more
Can
questions.
you imagine rolling up on a wizard cleric team, 10 light orbs, and have fun playing rogue?
Yeah, that'd be tough.
You're playing rogue though. Fuck you.
Yes.
I say that as a guy who's enjoyed ratting as a rogue. It's go fuck yourself.
True. Got any questions in your chat, so bud?
Chat, hit us with some questions. I do like they mentioned a while back about being able to summon, and that would be given to warlocks. I feel like if we get summoning druid, so people always said like necromancer. I don't know if it would be strong or not. Like the skeletons are kind of weak, but I feel like if a druid could summon a dire wolf, it's on. Those things are savage.
Oh, those wolves are crazy.
Yeah, those little bastards, especially on the HR ruins. I used to think they were little puppies, but when they got those purple eyes, I get the fear of God in
Yeah,
me.
they're a little scarier.
They're
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah, summoning a wolf actually wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, just
Maybe you get like
once in a
5 of
while.
them, 5 of them in a raid, 5 slots, 5 wolves.
Can you summon all 5 at once? So that's a real
Nah, one at a time.
No,
if you
no,
summon a new one, it
Damn,
cancels the other one out.
Fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the monsters just slay it, but at least it like takes aggro from you.
Dude,
Just
imagine
3
those
druids
poor
with
wizards.
15 wolves just following your.
You fucking just sick a wolf on a druid. He's got to run. He can't stop to magic missile. You just fucking chase him down, swat him in the head with your bear paw. Poor little
Yeah,
bug.
Messed up.
My chat wonders about AP point changes. Like today, I did HR goblins. I killed 4 of the 6 enemy players, almost all rogues, by the way. And I took a bunch of their loot, and I got out negative 33 points.
Yep.
Like what?
Yeah.
I killed.
Not good.
I killed so much in the lobby. 4/6. That's 66%. Like I don't know. I played cracked. I was sweating my ass off. I had my stupid mystical gem in my bag.
Yeah, that feels bad, man.
Yeah, I didn't really feel
I
that
think
great.
they're just really hesitant to do a lot of AP for killing, just because they don't want it to be. They don't want because. No offense, Jay. All right, but you and your buddies were going in there and farming everybody in existence. I think they're hesitant to encourage you to go and farm all the players.
Yeah, as I was
Agreed.
killing poor little Timmy in his first high roller, I was saying, "Wow, this is toxic."
I think it's
It is a little lame. I think it's
Yeah.
I mean, theoretically, when you kill people, you should get all of their treasure, and that is AP. But like,
yeah.
I don't know. Somebody in I think it was Sacriel or maybe one Pog said over the course of 90 days, though, like some raids you just won't make AP. Like you choose to take their gear for money, you lose a little AP, and the next raid you go for treasure, and so you kind of balance yourself out.
Yeah.
And I can kind of agree with that. It is frustrating though to be like, wow, I lost points. I played out of my mind.
We got to get Sacriel on. Shit.
Yeah,
I haven't talked to him in a long time. We got to get him on the podcast.
good guy.
Do you feel that do you feel that more crafting options, alchemy, herbalism, enchanting, etc., should be added to the game, or is that too much? Asks Sakuda. Yeah, I think that's probably a given, right?
Yep.
Makes sense
They
to
already
me.
said alchemy. Alchemy is on the way.
Enchanting, I don't know about that. Instead of enchanting, I'd like to see a socket system.
Stronger.
No socket
Even
system,
I'm
gems.
still mixed on.
Oh, I forgot they were adding socketing in gems. That's right.
If it's so, obviously we've talked about this before. There's already gems in the game, rubies and emeralds and shit like that. Just toss a stat. So like vigor is the ruby and dexterity is the emerald or whatever. Each gem has a stat, and if it's blue or higher, it's gonna be like +1 if it's blue, +2 if it's purple, or something like that. Maybe it starts purple. I don't know. And you can go into the dungeon. Go to a specific place like in the crypts or the ruins where there's like an anvil or a blacksmith table, and you have to socket it yourself in raid and set the gem into the item in raid so that there's risk associated. I think that sounds kind of interesting to me. That don't sound that bad. I think it sounds kind of cute.
Yeah.
I think making people stronger is probably not best.
Yeah, I mean,
I agree. I think we already do so much damage. You got to give people better ways to defend themselves as far as gear.
No, if it was PvE damage like they do with the new stuff, yeah,
yes, sure, something like that could be cool too. Yeah,
they could add like demon slaying and
Mm-hmm.
undead slaying and beast slaying if they want.
yeah, I would
Ice
love
and
to
then
see
it
more of that.
It would
Dragon
ruin the
slaying.
game in some ways.
Yeah, a goblin slaying sword.
Speaking of which, I haven't really done like a ton of
Open
crypt
slayer.
bossing. Jay, how are those divine weapons feeling and the righteous weapons?
I don't know, bro. I'm a wizard. Don't get any of that
Oh,
new
that's
cool
right.
shit.
I forgot what plus you had.
I'm not about to
Alas.
be swinging that silver staff. Yeah, you got me
Quarter
messed up.
staff.
It's like, oh, cool. You guys got all these brand new stuff on every class. Not me.
Yeah, but you got explode.
Is
Which is
explosion good? Do you like it?
That's just so OP, dude.
It seems fucking strong, especially
Three,
because
I
it's a
stick
sticky
guy
bomb.
twice, and then I stick him when he's running again. He runs into his team. They all just die. It's like, all right. Yeah, nerf chain lighting. Why not?
Yeah, that's a better chain lighting almost too. Damn.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Fuck.
I like in-raid crafting. The gamble behind that is really interesting to me.
Yeah, I think that'd be
Same.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'd be cool.
Also adds POIs and hotspots, and
Exactly.
Yeah.
can't go wrong when you add that stuff. I don't think.
And just like you mentioned earlier, SoBad, it's like a 1 in 3 chance, depending on what map you get, if you can find that mystical gem door. Well, maybe not every ruins map has the blacksmith forge or something, so you got to get lucky with it. So you have to risk bringing that shit in, and you might not even get the right map. Now you have to survive with it. That's some ass clenching shit right there, but it does make the game a little more fun. I think. I like when the game's a little scarier.
What do you guys think about static campfires? I
Yeah.
kind of like it. They go
I
out with the
I like
swarm,
that.
but I like it.
Yeah.
That is a cool idea.
How is the pregame lobby bonfire not a campfire? You're gonna take my spell charges to test my damage. At least give me the campfire, dude.
Well, there's a couple of places in the crypts, like the broken bridge room in the crypts, where like all the farter zombies are down below there. You know.
Yeah.
There's that weird looking like oven thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
That burning oven. Chat, you guys know what I'm talking about. It looks like a weird.
I don't ever go down there.
No, it's up above. And then there's also like the Skelly Champ room in the crypts that has like that fireplace or something like that. What if you could just sit in front of the?
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know, I'd have to-
Yeah. I like the static idea.
Next
Yeah,
time you're in the broken bridge room and crypts, look around for like weird
look
looking
for it.
light sources along the walls. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's like, it looks like a weird like stove oven lit up thing.
Is it the stone lanterns?
It's like kind of big and
Kinda
like
look
open
like-
in the front. It's like
Got a little like house roof on it.
yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I can't even think what the fuck it looks like right now. But anyway, yeah, I think static campfires would be super cool. I really like the idea of that. And obviously they go out when the dark swarm hits. That's smart.
This is kind
know
of a
what I
Jay
want?
question. Go ahead,
go
Jay.
for it. I was gonna say I just want Dragon's Breath from WoW on Wizard, and I'll be happy. I've changed from Kona Cold to Dragon's Breath.
Okay.
What more could you
saying?
ask for?
Yeah.
Why do you need more AoE spells?
A shield would be nice. A magical shield I can cast.
You
Eldritch
already
Shield.
have
Blink.
that. It's a
I'll take
skill.
Blink. Yeah, fuck that, dude.
All right. Somebody in my chat asked, we've already got blue pot against fizzy damage. Where are the purple pots against magic damage?
I agree.
Totally agree.
I think protection pots should do both, but you know, it's
Yes.
sort of cool. It's like 20 health. It could be 20 fizz or magic. That's how I think. it
Why
is.
not just both? You're protected from 20 physical
Fuck
damage
no,
and
dude.
20 magical
No, that's-
damage.
that's
Too
Hell
strong?
No.
Too strong?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
it needs to be a
Yeah, that's
separate
too strong.
potion.
Okay.
Because then you have to assess the situation as well.
Dude, fighters
you
will
make a
literally
call.
never die.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
Pop
That's
those
fair.
nonstop.
Yeah, that is a little too strong. Yeah, you're
But
right.
I think it should do both. It just has like the pool available. Is all. I've been wondering that since like playtest 1 is like, how is there no magic bots?
Yeah.
My chat says I want magic resist set for fighter. You already have it. All right. You guys only
you got
died.
that.
You only died to mages. Okay. Build MR. It's a random stat on everything. It's just gonna be really expensive.
Well,
Again,
no,
the
they're
auction,
wearing, like-
house will help this.
They're wearing like dark plate, heavy leather, you know, rugged boots these days. Well, rugged boots they took it off of, but
Yeah.
Doesn't
guys have
golden
options.
all gold gear has MDR as well?
yes,
That's
1.5% MDR.
1.5%.
Yeah.
Very fucking expensive. Yeah.
Nah, it's really cheap. I've got a scarf
Kinda, yeah.
and cape for sale right now, 2 GK each. Hit me up after the podcast.
Someone goes, when are they going to add female skeleton skin?
Oh,
They already have.
Yeah.
Well,
true.
I guess maybe not. I mean, maybe they have like a slightly different bone structure. I don't know. But silly goose.
Great suggestion. Nice. Okay.
I respect
Skelly booba. I'm all about it, dude.
Augie-san is demanding a crossbow nerf.
I Thank God, a man with some sense in him, and he uses crossbows because he plays a fighter. Wow.
Okay, ranged meta right now. So, bud, what do you think, man? A lot of fights are team A stands on this side of the door, team B stands on that side of the fucking door, and you shoot at each other until someone gets bored and finally runs through.
Yep.
I mean,
Kind of
it's
sucks.
it's always been like that. It's just more competitive now. You poke and then you push.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know, it's
Yeah,
kind of
like
annoying.
it is
Yeah.
weird to think about, but it has always been this way. It's just right now
I guess
crossbows
we
hit
feel it
hard.
more. I guess we're feeling it more these days.
Yeah, and a lot of people are using crossbows. Should crossbows not be connected to strength? Like thematically, it
That
makes
doesn't
sense.
make
Why would
sense at
being
all. Yeah.
yeah, like
I'm clicking a trigger. I don't. Who cares how strong I am? Yeah.
but like I don't
Yeah.
know. That's like all they have, and if they miss, like most other classes can punish them. But if you get hit, like it sucks. I don't know. I still think balance is like the best it's ever been.
Hmm.
And like, where do we go? Like, if you take crossbows away from fighters, I don't know, like they're pretty slow. So
I think the damage should be dropped because they have armor pen. So let's say it did 50 damage to 20% pen. That 50 should become 42 to offset it. You know what I mean? So it's still technically close to the same damage.
or like
It's just
fix
how they're
it
good against
so
armor.
like, one has armor pen and the other doesn't. Instead of the windlass and the crossy both having armor pen, like make windlass has armor pen and crossy doesn't.
Yeah.
So crossy is more like a serve bow that you reload.
Interesting.
I don't know. I've seen like, especially in ruins, a lot of like weird little metas where the fighter is just all he uses is crossbow, and if he has a like, it's affected by action speed, dex. So like, if you have adrenaline
Yep.
spike or adrenaline rush, you can reload that thing in like half a second. So adrenaline rush, shoot, reload, and you just like that's it. So it's weird, but like it's just a different way to play.
Yeah. Out of the remaining classes that are still coming in the game, Druid, Paladin, Monk, and Sorcerer, like core D&D classes, which one are you excited about the most? And maybe
think-
Artificer, I guess, because potentially a class too.
I think Druid could be the coolest, but that's only because I'm a rat, and I pray that it has a rat form.
God, I
can, like,
hope it does.
crawl around little spaces,
Same.
like wait for
That'd be so
groups to
fun.
pass by me, and I'm just sitting there.
Please have a rat form.
Plus,
Yeah,
I played V Rising, and one of the
Yeah, I was
vampire
about to
powers
say.
was to turn into a rat,
Yeah.
and you just sit there. You're like, and they run by you, and you're like, yes, like you're one shot, you get rat form off, like you're just sitting in a bush.
Yeah.
That is really nice, and like it
Yeah.
feels like a lot of the maps already have like little rat passages,
Yeah.
and I don't know, like I think that'd be incredible. Jay, have you tried the explode on the Eye of Kilrog yet, or like the little eye that the
No,
Warlock
I
has? Yeah,
haven't.
put explode on that, then have your Warlock fly it in there. It's like a little car bomb. Yeah, mine's Druid, but I just don't know what a sorcerer is. Like, isn't that just a wizard? Or can that
No.
like teleport and like cast
Oh,
like
here we-
darkness? I don't know.
Yeah, here we
I
go.
would love to
Go
explain
ahead.
it to you.
All right, here we go.
Yo, a wizard, and we're basing this off D&D, which is the inspiration of the game. A wizard is a very intelligent individual, basically a genius, that has taken the time to study, fuck you, Jay, the arcane arts. They have a spell book. They're fucking so smart they can tap into magic and manipulate it. They know tons of spells, and they have a lot of utility, and they are essentially a magical Swiss Army knife, right? A sorcerer is not necessarily smart. In fact, they can be dumb, but they are innately magical. They were born with magic. And they have way less spells than a wizard. Maybe they don't even know how to study magic, but they just know how to shoot a fireball for whatever reason. Maybe they are a descendant of a god, or some magical being or something, or a dragon or something like that. That's why they have these powers. Way less powers than a wizard, but still powerful nonetheless. And they're typically more damage oriented than the full shebang of magic that is available to a wizard, which is utility, control, damage, everything. That's the difference.
Similar
Thanks,
though.
Oma.
They are similar.
So they both shoot fireballs.
That's what I heard as well.
Yes. Yeah, it's true. Well, okay, I guess the one really important thing that I forgot to mention is a sorcerer has something called meta magic, where they can actually morph and change magic. So they can, if they're going to cast a single target spell at someone, they can do something called twin spell, where that spell actually splits into two and you can hit two targets now. or you can triple the range of a fireball, whereas a warlock or a wizard would never be able to do that. Shit like that. So they can actually sculpt magic and bend it to their will because they're so innately magical.
Sounds fun.
I'm gonna be real. I got a hot take. I don't really know if Dark and Darker needs a distinction.
Well, it's definitely coming. I mean, we're getting all the core
yeah,
classes.
I'm interested to see, but I don't really know if it's necessary.
I kind of think that they're gonna come with mana. You know, no charges, but they have like a mana bar.
Yeah, they get tired and they have to like recharge a bit. That actually
like
makes a
for
lot of fucking
sorcerers?
sense. Yeah.
Or for everybody.
For sorcerer.
For sorcerer
yeah,
only.
cool.
Way to use
Yeah.
magic.
Really
They're gonna
cool.
have less spells, and they're probably gonna have the meta magic shit, right? So
Yeah.
I kinda
Shit
think
like
they're
that.
Mana. That's
I
why.
mean, it's crazy what they've done from the original core, which are all fairly similar, and then we got Bard, which is, in my opinion, radically different with the music, and then Warlock, which is like Life Drain, and Hydra just feels way different.
They've
So
surprised me,
I'm
man. They've
excited.
done they've done such a cool job with like how they want to portray these classes because they're obviously like hardcore D&D nerds. Eventually, we're gonna get Terry or SDF or both of these guys on. I can't wait to ask them about D&D and their inspiration for the game. But yeah,
I think it's kind of crazy because like if you play Wizard and then you switch to like Rogue, it's like an entirely different game. I still feel like, and after playing all this time,
it's fucking great.
Fighter is like completely different and stuff. Yeah.
Even like
Rangers is easy mode gaming, but yeah.
It used to be easy mode. Now I don't know. PvP feels harder than
Point
ever
and
to me
click,
on
baby.
Ranger. Yeah, you better land those shots.
even
Those
a
classes
subtle
are just gonna
difference
eat
between
them.
like Barbarian and Fighter, you know, both melee oriented, still feel that really different. I love it. Yeah. It's still cool. Let's see here. More questions. But yeah, did that answer your question? Do you now know the difference between a sorcerer and a wizard? Oh, by the way, I know you love necromancers. Necromancy is a school of magic that wizards can study. So that would be like a subclass for the wizard.
Yeah, but let's get it as an actual class.
Fuck off, okay?
Come
Will
on,
you please
could
fucking-
you could have 3 summons or like 1 demon commander, right? Like they each have their own like pool. Oh man, that'd be so. You have 3 fart zombies and a stinky stick, and they're just clouds for days.
Get out of here, dude.
Cloud
It doesn't
City.
be any good though.
Get
You could like
Doesn't matter. Like,
I
doesn't
think it'd just be
matter,
fun.
though.
but-
Like,
Dude, the
let's just
micro
have
would go
warlocks running
ham.
around. Like, can they have a perk where monsters don't aggro on them first, and they just run around the rooms and like summon shit?
You already know some
Dude.
godly StarCraft Korean's gonna hop over. He's gonna micro the shit out of
Hell
his pets,
yeah.
and he's just gonna get rank 1.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I can't wait. There's
Dude,
gonna be
the
skull
second-
bats. The minute it hits you, it's gone, and now he summons something else. It's like a skull bat swarm. We got
The
options.
second I open a door and I see 3 necromancers with just an army of NPCs, I'm gonna close that door and just go back to like, I'm walking away. I'm not
Yep.
fucking with that guy.
See, that's the difference. Jay opens the door, and now there's a full-on lightning storm in there, and
Exactly.
everything is dead, including Jay's teammates.
Explosion.
And all the necromancers.
Yep.
Explosion and chain.
Later.
And barbarians
away,
will
bro.
still just jump toss Francisca axes over the skeletons and kill the necro anyway.
True. When necromancer dies,
Kobe!
everything falls to the ground, right? Like it's just like
Exactly. Oh yeah,
It would
which should be cool.
really cool to do a boss run as a necromancer with like your own mobs. That'd be really interesting.
yeah.
Mm.
Your mobs are fighting their mobs. You're like buffing and healing and like anti-healing. I don't know.
I've asked this before, and I don't think anyone's ever been able to tell me if it's the case or not. But chaotic discord, the bard song that confuses mobs to fight each other or attack the closest target, does that work on the Lich's mobs? Can you play that as the ads are spawning up and they turn on the Lich or no?
I think
don't
you
know, bro.
used to be able to, but they might have fixed it.
That would be so cool.
remember.
Oh yeah, Harley Davidson just announced that. I think Harley Davidson. Don't you stream? I think I just saw your stream randomly the other day. What's up, dude? Hope you're well. Oh, you can't. Fuck. That sucks. That'd be so cool. That'd be sick. You can already open a fucking golden chest by playing your flute. What gives? Let's turn the Lich's minions on them, dude. I don't know. I think that'd be cool.
My chat says just make the Lich a playable class.
Well, that's
Boom.
necromancer. I don't
Yeah,
know.
True.
that's a wizard.
Yeah,
Wizards,
yeah, that's
wizards are
true.
what become Liches. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
What is it like? Their apothecary? No, what is it? Simula? No, what is it? What's their soul
Phylactery.
vessel in D&D?
Phylactery. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, wizards get so ingenious and they lust for so much power and they start to they get so ingenious and magical and like almost at a cosmic level sometimes, or they get entranced with like the idea of immortality. So they, you know, they twist themselves magically and turn into shit like liches and stuff like that, so they can live forever. And then they become evil and nasty. Liches are
Jay,
sick.
Pitch your scav idea. I bet SoBad would love that.
Oh yeah.
All right. Scav dark and darker. You don't get anything. Maybe you get some blue shards or something, you know, as the extraction points count or whatever. But you just spawn in as one of the AI. Thoughts?
Yeah, we
you
talked about
just
this.
fuck people up, dude.
I talked about this with Jonah Vale. I freaking love this idea. And it's RNG. So like some maps you're like, fuck, I'm a spider mummy. And other maps you're like,
Yep.
yes, like I'm a skeleton archer, I'm black. I got triple shot on like a 20-second cooldown.
Yep.
Yeah,
Nightmare
and
Axe
then
Skelly Run. Woo!
You
Yeah.
just stand there and they're like, they just, you know, they come in close to you and then they back up and now you're just triple shotting, like headshots. Yeah, I
I've
like that
long
idea a
held the
lot.
opinion, if this is in the game, the only way you can group queue is if you're pot spiders. So you and your boys just fucking roll, skirting after people, getting them.
But
Oh,
can
shit.
you open doors or are you just stuck in your module and you just hope someone
chilling,
shows
bro.
up?
You're just hoping someone walks in there.
Dude, Iron Mace is having trouble
yeah, I like
coding
this.
in bear form. Imagine all this shit that they would have trouble with.
Bro, it'd be so sick though.
It
This is
sounds
like a
fun.
thing.
It sounds very
Imagine
fun.
the teaming. You open the door and there's 3 spiders and they're like, hey, can you let us out? Like we've been in here the last
They're
30
on
minutes."
VoIP.
Fucking Charlotte's Web.
No, one guy
spider.
came in as a giant spider, and like the other 2 guys in the team are little ones, and you have little mama spider pulling her babies around.
Fuck yeah.
Protect
If
me,
y'all
boys.
thought- If y'all thought teaming was bad before, dude, all right? Imagine
Every
teaming
scav,
with
it's just
Oh
20
my
spiders.
God.
Yeah.
All the goblins in a goblin cave, there'd be like whole little mobs of them.
Oh, the little
I'll do
charger
that.
ones too with their
Yeah.
bucklers. Oh fuck, dude.
I'd be that toxic ass zombie. I'd stand in the door and fart through it. You know? That's what I'm doing
yeah.
all game, dude.
Wait
Have
for them to
fun.
be at a campfire and you're just farting.
That would legitimately be fun. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, some of them could get out, like depending on what it is, because a lot of those monsters can break doors. So
Yep, true.
Yeah.
What do you guys think
I guess
about?
you could navigate. Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
I was just saying you could. You just break the door and walk around.
Yeah,
I didn't
exactly.
Think about that actually.
Yeah. What do you guys think about humanoid type enemies? Like, what if there's an eventual map where it's like an elvish forest, and the elves don't want you encroaching in their land, so you have to fight elves that are shooting, you know, from the trees. They're shooting at you or some shit. You got to go kill elves. Or there's like a
Sniper scab, nice.
there's like some exactly. There's some like swamp, and there's like orcs, and the orcs are trying to get to you and your party and kill you in the swamp. It's their orcish swamp.
Dude,
That'd be
that
sick.
makes me think of, you remember like the giant archer guy from Dark Souls 3, where like you would cross that one area to the boss and he'd shoot the arrows at you? That'd be a fun mechanic, maybe. I don't know.
yeah, I like that one. Or like lizards, it'd be fun to fight. Or what if we had in-game events? Like we talked about the Golden Portal 1 in 100. Like you just you hear like a goblin war horn, and from like the nearest static escape, like 8 goblins pour out. It's like, "Bow, bow," and then it's like a bunch of little buckler dudes with a couple of like archers behind it. Just
Yeah,
random.
Cool with them.
Yeah.
I think there should be
It-
dynamic events.
Yeah.
It would add just a
100%.
whole different layer of content, I think.
I agree.
And if you're questing, you might not have to go down. Like if I need a demon commander, and it's like, "Bow, bow," and it's like a demon commander and like 2 bats come out of somewhere. I'm like, oh, okay, like I'm not gonna go to
Yeah.
Inferno this round. I'll just do this.
We've answered this before, but what about like guild rankings for Arena? Asks Longblade. I think that makes total sense. If there's guilds, there needs to be the best
Yeah.
guild, right?
And like we always talk about money sinks in games, especially this game. I definitely, if we have a tavern hideout, like Terrence talked about with One Puggy the other day, where you have like a room in the tavern or whatever that you can decorate and put trophies in. And we should also have a guild hall, like a guild can own a building, like a tavern or like a blacksmith or whatever your guild wants. And then you put your trophies and you buy shit in there, you know, like 100,000 gold, you get, I don't know, like a giant trestle table that everyone can sit at.
That'd be sick.
Whatever it is, like it's a good idea, and this game could definitely do it. Guilds, guild halls, guild wars, guild stash tab.
Yeah, dude, can you imagine you and your 19 guildies can all sit down at a big fucking round table and look at each other and VoIP with one another, hang out in the guild hall.
Just RP,
Yeah, on
dude.
top of that, Ken was telling me there's some poker event going in. I think it's
Oh,
$5
Saturday.
at buy-in.
Yeah, Saturday.
Yeah, so you go sit at the table, dude, and then you tab over and get some maximum RP going.
Yeah.
Nice.
That sounds fucking awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. I love that. All right, we are over 90 minutes in. Let's get I don't know, like 2 or 3 more questions, and then I need some dinner. I'm hungry.
You got lucky, by the way. I thought this was at 6:30, so right at 6:30, I stood up and I started walking around, and I made tea and I made quesadilla, steak burritos, and I was just sitting here all the way till 6:50, and I was like, he's so lucky. This is what I always tell my parents they should do. Just tell me to arrive somewhere 30 minutes earlier than I'm supposed to, because I'm always late.
Yeah.
I'm glad you got the time wrong. This is perfect. Thoughts on magic uniques? I mean, they're in the game and they're awesome whenever you can get them. I want to see more of them. What's your dream artifact item? Not even necessarily a weapon, but
Let's start with Jay.
Huh?
I think wizards have a good take here for
Really
artifacts.
unique.
Yeah.
I'll stick to my OG one. I want it to alter your spells, so like a lightning strike leaves like a static pool for like a second or two. You know,
Oh, I
like
like
slows
that.
you or some. Fireball leaves a little patch of fire.
Mhm.
Ice bolts, you could maybe it just splashes or some shit. You know,
Yeah, like
stuff like
shards.
that.
ice
come
shards.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a really good one. It's also elemental specific, which is good.
Yeah, someone once mentioned, because we ask this all the time, is like they should really add stuff that changes how you play the game, not just makes you stronger. And I think that's actually a really good idea.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
I think we could
I'd
easily have
still want
artifact
that.
equipment. Like we already have Aegis, which is really freaking cool.
Yep.
You can get, even if it's not even that important or map specific, it could be something they could add. Like I could see spider walk boots, and I don't get slowed by spider like shit on the ground anymore. That would be huge
Sure.
for Goblin Cave.
What about
Also, we're
like
just running through the webs, like you're not affected by the web anymore.
right,
Yeah.
right. What about like invisibility cloak? If you have it on and you stand still and crouch after like 2 seconds, it's like it's like an invisibility pot.
Kill me now. Definitely not that one.
I mean, it'd be as rare as like a cinder or something, right? It's an artifact.
Wizard Harry.
I think it'd be cool.
I guess if it's as rare as like a cinder, then
Of
it
course,
doesn't
it's an
matter, 'cause then
artifact. Yeah, it's super
hyper
hard to get.
expensive, But
And you
I
could
don't
just
know,
you
like,
could
it
just
already
get
feels so
invisibility
bad to die
pots.
to invis rogues, so now they're just gonna be crouching, like they don't even need to take hide anymore.
One of my favorite things in the game is Barbarian with invis pot. That's all this is.
Yeah.
You just have a free invis pot, and if you die, you lose an artifact. And to get that artifact is incredibly rare. It's just
True.
150K invisibility
invis.
pot, the cape. That's all it
They're
is.
Yeah.
supposed to be OP. Yeah,
Exactly.
They're supposed to be fun and OP.
Exactly. Yeah,
All
I
right,
think
well,
it'd
then
be
if I can
sick.
have anything, then I want to be able to walk on walls.
People are saying no invis barbs. I already do that all the time, and it's the shit.
You ever play Terraria?
No.
Yeah.
There's a gravity potion, and it lets you like walk on the ceiling.
Oh,
And
that's
if you're
cool.
really fast with it, and you hit like up and down, then you're just constantly flipping perspective. You can almost fly with it. Let's get one of those in here. You walk in a room, you don't just look down for traps. You don't look in a straight line for enemies. You're looking up at the walls.
You know, there's a powerful spell in D&D called reverse gravity. That would be a sick wizard spell. Like you just pick like an area and you cast it, and everything like players, monsters just slam toward the ceiling and then drop back down. That would be cool as fuck.
I like this one. Named hand crossbow for a grappling hook. Oh,
Oh,
snap.
baby. Who said that?
Oh,
VIP that man.
Thriller.
yeah, that's a good one.
That's a fucking great idea.
Damn.
God, rogue would be so OP.
All right, it's Apex
Yeah,
out
dude.
here.
Insane.
That is a good idea.
It's Apex and Fortnite. You got grappling hooking rangers.
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be Rangers with it. Ugh. Yeah, gross. A fighter being able
how
to just
about
swing
artifact,
past
like,
stuff.
One-use items that are just super cool, like a sticky potion, and you throw it, and it's like a 15-foot radius gets slowed.
Spell scrolls.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Spell
are-
Yeah,
scrolls.
scrolls are cool.
You find a legendary scroll and it's one cast of chain lightning, and you're a fucking rogue. And that
See,
group
okay,
comes
but
in.
hold on here. You guys are already bitching about Francesca axes. I'm fighting a barbarian, and he's just got 8 fireball scrolls. Just
Yeah,
but he's
but they
really
take up a lot
stupid,
of
so it takes
space.
forever.
Yeah, it would take up.
Okay.
It would be taking up a bunch of slots in your inventory. You have to put it in your hands and actually click it to cast it, and then put your weapon back in the slot. So it'd be kind of annoying, but I still
It
think
would
it'd
be
be
fun
sick.
to have consumables with like spells in them. That'd be cool.
I kind of want magical
But then that would
traps.
change the meta, right? Like imagine I'm a fighter and I just bring all these cleric buff scrolls with me, and it's like we just buff balls out a cleric.
That sounds expensive though, but I'm in.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Also,
they-
if you
they-
use all the scrolls and the other team just runs away, like now you just waste all
Yeah.
that money on scrolls.
Exactly. What'd you say, Jay?
I want magical traps.
Like, well, give us an example.
A slow trap. You know, they walk over, they get
Oh.
slowed for 2.5 seconds. stuff
I
like
see.
That.
Okay.
Just some other utility.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Poison traps too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I like it. All right, let's get one more question, folks. What we got? Let's make it good. Oh, someone asks, so when multi-classing comes, do you think they can do something like a Gloomstalker, which is Ranger? But let's take Sloth's question and just ask about multi-classing in general. I'm terrified of it. It's going to be fucking insane.
Yep.
How do they balance that? I can't. I would rather have subclasses than multi-classing.
I'm just surprised that they would go multi-class over subclass.
Agreed.
It's just it sounds like so much more of a headache.
I think that's so far off on the horizon, though. You gotta imagine. Like I don't
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
think that's anytime soon. So
I'd
We'll see.
rather that talent tree training tab be here's 3 trees, a la WoW. Choose a subclass. I'm a wizard. Are you going to be an evocation blaster wizard? Are you an abjuration wizard that specializes in like defense and shields? Or are you a fucking necromancer? Like choose your path
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
or something like that. You know?
Like Ranger, I could have like elemental arrows on one, or like better melee or better traps.
Shit like that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah, I agree. I think we talked about this on our podcast last week. Multi-classing sounds extremely hard to balance, and like some stuff would just be insanely overpowered.
And as soon as there was like 1 or 2 or 3 OP builds, that'd be the entire game.
Meta. That's
yeah,
meta.
it'll just be the full meta.
Yeah.
Right.
At least
Speaking of
with
meta,
subclass, there's still going to be meta, but you at least can be diverse
Exactly.
and still make it work.
how do you guys
Totally.
feel about the meta right now? I feel like there's a lot of options. There's a lot of ways
It's
to
good.
play.
I like it
I
right
think
now.
it's good.
I think you
I
make
think
a
it's
good
the
point.
best
I don't
it's
think.
been.
Yeah,
Sorry.
exactly. No, that's what I was gonna say.
I just hope they take the less used skills and then we bump those up some. Like Shield Bash is arguably literally useless.
Yeah.
Taunt seems pretty terrible.
Mm.
So like some of those, it would be fun to make them a little bit stronger.
Mm.
Which could be easily fixed with
Yeah.
skill trees by subclassing. Saying.
That's true.
True.
100%.
And if you decide you could go hybrid with it, you don't have to go all the way down one tree. You can cherry pick a bit, but if you do that, you miss out on the cool perk or active ability that's at the bottom of that tree, right?
Yep.
hmm I mean that begs the question: if we get to the bottom of the tree, do we have 3 active skills? I come from
No.
Albion. In that game, you have like your 2 weapon skills, and then you can also get like a skill on your cape. And I don't know, like you say no, but what would it change? Like it would just increase the skill gap, in my opinion. Like especially if it's a utility skill of some kind. Like it's very possible. Like especially if it was something not combat related, like I can just open chest 50% faster for 5 seconds, and like everyone could take
Sure.
that, or you could take I don't know. Like you'd have to really think about it, but it can be non-combat stuff that's just fun and just gives you a button to push when you're not fighting.
Sure.
Yeah, okay.
Because like most people aren't using skills on monsters per se, right? You're saving those cooldowns for PvP, so otherwise you're just left clicking. So like it would be fun to have something.
That's a good point. That's true. Yeah, like
Imagine
when
having skills. Must be.
See, that's another thing I've brought up before is I wish that there was a separate spellcasting hotkey so that clerics and wizards could actually use one of their fucking skills or both. So like wizard, for instance, instead of going 10 spell, you just get a free with the hotkey, you're free 5 spells. And if you want to go 10 spell, you have to use one of the skill slots. Or in Cleric, for instance, they use the R key, let's say. That's the spell key, but they get to have now 2 active skills they can use outside of spells. Does that make sense? So, yeah, I think that'd be awesome. That's what I wish they would do that. But then
It would just make it better.
it'd make
be
it
an
better,
idea
but
that
how
would
do you
be
do that
better.
for controller players on console? And that's why I think they haven't done it. Too many
Control
hotkeys.
Players can map whatever they want, though.
Yeah, but
least
there's
for
only
Steam
so
right now.
many things that you can map on a controller. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe there's enough space. I don't know.
I don't know. Like I said, Solar Bear has it all mapped through Steam, and he makes it work. But also, it's because when he pushes like one button, it changes his controls, right? To
Right.
like a whole different set.
Ah, okay.
So, yeah, I don't
Pretty
know how they
crazy.
would do it on console.
That's wild. Yeah.
They would have to simplify it for console. But anyway, I think that stuff's so far out. That's like years.
Yeah,
if they're gonna
that's-
do that anyways.
It is far out for
They have
sure.
Plenty of time.
Well, we'll
Leaps
see.
and bounds, though, right, boys?
Indeed,
Yeah.
we will
Like
see.
the last 2 months, leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
I think new map is gonna bring a lot of people back. Hopefully, so
Absolutely. New map definitely will.
New map, new
Um,
wipe. Are we wiping for Christmas, you think? Or is this a 90-day season?
I don't
Probably
think
90
I don't
think
think they're
it's
gonna
going
wait.
90 days.
Maybe economy wipe?
That
Although
shit
that
ain't
would
going.
screw you if your
Maybe.
gingerbread were gone. If you had like 95 gingerbread and they wiped it, I wouldn't feel very good.
Yeah.
I think economy wipe, if anything, and that's it. But maybe not.
Yeah.
that
well, I
makes
can
some-
see them
that
doing a
makes
New
more
Year's
sense.
wipe.
I don't know, because like they added
Makes sense.
HR ruins and now it's just like a new leaderboard thing, and then they could just do like, here's Ice World, here's Druid. Like, I don't know, like it might just be something cool for the people who have already reached demigod to be like, you know what, I'm gonna demigod on Druid now.
Here's a question: when Ice Map comes out, does the High Roller map come out with it, or are we stuck in just white gear or lower on this new map?
God, I hope not.
No, it's gotta
Well,
have high roller.
Actually,
You
I don't
never
know. Like,
know.
it might be fine to be commons. It'd be a good way to learn.
Maybe for like a
I-
couple
That would,
weeks.
that would suck if you couldn't use your gear on a new map. Come on.
That
Yeah.
would suck, but if they were like, it's coming soon, like we got here HR ruins like a couple weeks, like 2 weeks later or whatever, I think that would be fine.
Okay. Yeah.
Like I hear you. It would suck to not be able to use your gear, but if it's like a week or two, or even longer, or I don't know, just make it so you can use gear in normal ice map.
I mean,
There
I
you go,
don't-
unlock it,
I'm not
yeah.
a game dev,
Yeah.
but it sounds like it'd be pretty easy just to make a high roller version, right? Like now mobs are harder, resource give more.
I would be surprised
Think
if
so.
they didn't
Loot
launch it with high
better,
roller,
you know?
especially if it
Yeah.
came out mid wipe. Like,
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Even like learning the map, I mean, by the end of the week that shit comes out, there's going to be 18 guides on YouTube and how to master the ice caves, and like every secret will be found. Let's be honest.
How to kill
This-
the ice dragon in 30 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
So, anyway.
Oh, you mean Warlock spamming Hellfire, Mortal Lament? Yep.
It only
uh,
works on every boss, Jay. Relax.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So bad. Thank you so much for joining. This was a great episode, dude.
A pleasure, my guys.
Yeah, we will get you hold the loin. Hold the loins.
Hold the poor
we'll,
loin.
we'll get you hold the line guys on. Actually, the day after Christmas is the plan on the 26th. If you can swing
Sweet.
that, that'll be fun. I land from Florida on December 26th at 4 p.m. I'll be home by 5:30 and immediately get on this fucking podcast. It'll be great. After not being able to play for 6 days, can't wait.
Nice.
I guess one final thing is it's December. It's the 5th. When the fuck are we gonna get this content update? 2 weeks from now? Day before Christmas? Christmas Day? What do you guys think?
You talking about
Yeah, a
Ice
little
World?
Christmas gift.
Ice World
Maybe a couple
Druid.
days
This is the,
before
the,
Christmas,
the
yeah.
December content patch. It's gonna come out the hour I board my fucking flight. I guarantee it.
Yeah, or like Christmas morning.
Yeah.
It's their gift to us.
I'm going end of
There you go.
January, guys. That's my
Oh, you
guess.
think it's getting pushed
Ooh.
back?
Yeah. I mean, he said December, January.
He did say that.
I think they're gonna
He
go
said they're really
January.
trying for Christmas, but
Yeah.
It's
I
gonna
think
be
early January
January.
would be fine. New year, new content. Has a little ring
There you
to
go.
it.
You know, I think you're right. Let's see here. My random guess that means nothing and it's baseless is January 8th. That's my guess.
How about the 9th for the 9th church?
January 6th.
Sure.
Yeah.
January
This is
6th. We're
nice.
storming the ice caves, and I'm wearing a Viking helmet. Oh, God.
Wait, what's January 6th?
No.
Come on, dude. Come on.
No.
What?
What do
Yeah.
you think it is?
Are you trolling?
I don't
Take
know,
a wild
bro.
guess. Just take a wild guess.
The 6th day in January.
That is true.
It was whenever they had the Capitol riots and people stormed the Capitol.
Remember that shit? They were gonna go try to fucking behead Pelosi or some shit. You don't
That's
remember
crazy.
this?
I remember it, but that's crazy. How you guys know that date?
I didn't know that until they said it.
Because it was a huge thing, Jan 6.
It's a meme.
It's literally a meme, yeah. All right, it's okay. We'll let you have that one. Who cares? Yeah, two more is right. Who gives a fuck? All right. So
Alright, guys,
bad.
I will see you.
Don't leave
inside
yet.
the
You don't
dungeons.
have to
Oh, okay,
leave yet.
I'm
You're
sorry.
good. You're good. Yeah, chat. Thanks for watching. Oh, let's not skip ahead. Donnie, where can people find you on the internet?
Didani, Twitch, YouTube. Sometimes I stream.
Beautiful. Jay Griffith.
Nice. Jay Griffey at Twitch, YouTube, Twitter. Sometimes I also stream.
Okay. So bad.
YouTube and Twitch at SoBadStrange. All I do is stream.
Beautiful.
There you go.
Someone's got to do it.
I am at Soma on everything except YouTube, which is at _Soma. It's where you can watch this podcast and my tabletop shit. We just started a new 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons campaign. Just put episode 3 up on the channel today. We play Mondays at 7 p.m. So if you're into tabletop stuff, it's pretty hardcore nerd shit. I'm not going to lie to you. It's not for everybody. But if you're into it, come check it out. Beyond that, that's it. Next week, we're going to have Lindstrom on, OG Ranger, with his very
shit.
own bow in the game. That's pretty cool.
Damn.
Yeah. So that'll be nice. And after that, before Christmas, it'll just be Jay, Donnie, and I for a full chat Q&A pre-Christmas hangout, and then hold the line the day after Christmas. Got a nice slate out of us. It's going to be great.
There you go.
Beyond
Happy
that,
holidays.
though, yeah, happy holidays.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Crimbo.
Merry content.
But that's it from us, chat. So bad, thanks again. This was awesome. Jay,
Yeah,
Donnie, have a
thanks,
good
sir.
night. I'm going to go get some food. See you next time, everybody.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.